Hello there, welcome to the bakagaijinshow. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Siegfried, and with me, as always, is my indomitable co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
Indomitable.
Just try to stop him.
You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm indomitable.
I have guns.
Oh, do you?
This is a good counter-argument. Kevin, how many guns do you own?
0 guns. I don't even have a permit for that.
It's funny because you live in America and you think you need a permit to own a gun.
Yeah, also you're white, so if they just find you with guns, then that's just fine.
Excuse me. I have white privilege.
Jail time? I think you mean metal!
And joining us, again, is our friend Saradin, now member of the show.
Hello. I'm glad to be here, I
Our
think.
consistent third chair now.
Yeah. How glad the third chair must be to finally have a butt in it.
I was going to say, like, you were just looking for a butt to fit the chair, and you found my ass and said, this butt fits a chair, and then now here I am.
Yeah. That's how it always happens. So we didn't record last week because, I don't know, Kevin, he was up to some stuff.
Yeah, I was moving again, but this time to a better situation compared to my last one.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
But okay.
Yeah, so what happened...
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Tiger Woods wins another PGA Tour.
Woo! You know, he's got a house around here, I think.
You know,
No
for
shit.
shouting out loud, we have to ban you from the country club now. Thank you.
And my brother works at a country club. He has many stories about rich white people.
Yeah.
And a few rich Indian people.
There are a lot of those. They
Yeah,
send their best and brightest over to America to go to college, and then a lot of them end up outperforming a lot of Americans just because they're hard workers.
Yeah, I learned that when a nice Indian man took over. So it's the same building, but like I had an old dentist who was a white guy who looked and sounded exactly like Seth Rogen. It was very interesting.
I'm so sorry because Seth Rogen is the stain. Seth Rogen is the stain at the bottom of a diaper. Sorry if you like him, but there are people with fecal fetishes too. So I'm not going to judge.
I'm just trying to tell you about my dentist, man.
You didn't have to come in and assassinate him like that. Damn.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Anyway, a nice Indian man took over the practice like a decade ago now, and frankly, he's kind of a better dentist. They were both equally nice, but this guy's a professional. Like I just had a filling replacement because it'd been like 12 years and it was starting to chip. I just had a filling replacement and it was done in like 8 minutes, and I'm like, man, you should make this shit look easy.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that said, yeah, I did move. I moved up to Ohio because I was living in Kentucky. Reason why is because Ash, I'm not sure if you know this, Ash has children.
Yeah. I'm aware.
And children are loud, obnoxious, and annoying. I love these kids, I do, but I don't want to live with them anymore. So
No, fuck children. No, fuck children, and not in the way that 4chan fucks children, but like, fuck
yeah, but, I mean that goes without saying.
yeah.
Right.
That
I
said,
would like to go on a rant about 4chan today, also.
later.
Just prefacing everything, just to let you know.
Yeah.
He's got that argument locked and loaded already.
Mm-hmm. In the chamber.
And my trigger finger is very itchy right now.
But yeah,
go ahead. No, I'm glad that you moved up to Ohio. It means we can hang out more often. He's actually not too far from me and from Cube the Third.
I'm like 25 minutes away from you.
Zeke, you better move up. Zeke, do you live in Ohio? You don't live in Ohio. You need to move to Ohio.
I live in Ohio. Yeah, I live in Ohio. I live outside Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so.
Yeah.
Fun times in Cleveland today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Under construction since 1868.
Yeah.
Come look at both
every
of our
time it
buildings.
gets brought up, but there was a solid 2 years after those videos came out where everyone in the city knew those songs. You could just start shouting those lyrics anywhere in 2009, and people would join in. It was a better time. It was like Pokemon Go before Pokemon Go.
Reminds me when we went to Kings Island with Cuba and Sheridan over here, and we were standing in line for Flight of Fear, and we were just up to the platform where we board the ride, and this dude over here just shouts, "Are you ready, kids?" And half the line responds, "Aye, Captain."
Yeah, it's just one of those cultural things that everybody knows.
Yeah, I'm really hoping in the near-ish future they actually build those like vertical trains they want to build that actually like go up and down the state, because the only trains we have now like go sideways.
Yeah, they only go east to west.
Yeah, that doesn't help me.
That said, moving is not the only thing I've been doing. Moving is not the only thing I've been doing, thank the good Lord above.
Yeah.
I have been doing other things.
Okay.
My
You've been
roommate,
washing behind your ears?
Yes, I have. Thank you, Mom.
Okay.
Anyway, my roommate is actually letting me play his PS5 when he's not using it, which is most of the time when he's here.
Did it challenge you to a duel?
No, he did not.
Did it call you? No. The PS5.
No, it did not.
Oh, it didn't call you a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck?
Oh, you're funny.
What's even the point of a PS5 then? All entertainment value lost. Anyway, no, that's good. That's good that you get to play with next-gen consoles.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've played through most of Gravity Rush Remastered, which fun game, but it gets kind of repetitive after a point.
Yeah,
it does. That's what I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's still like a solid 7 or 8 out of 10, but it does kind of get tiring after a bit. I've taken a few days break from it. I'm gonna get back to it probably tomorrow. I have watched a few movies. Some of them good. Yeah, I went over to Cuba the Third's place, because again, 25 minutes outside of where they live, and we watched episode 1 of the new Made in Abyss season. We saw episode 1 of the new Tokyo Mew Mew reboot, which that is a really, really good first episode. I'm very impressed with the reboot so far. It has turned out much better than I expected. And us, as well as one of Cuba's friends, Jake, we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I find that hard to believe, but go on.
No, it's the name of a movie. I think you know this.
No,
there was a blender involved.
No, but there was a bagel. But yeah, no, Everything Everywhere is a fucking great movie. Do recommend. Really, really good movie. Kind of drags at the end. That's the only thing I'll say is a flaw of the movie, is that it kind of drags in the last 15 minutes, just because it has to wrap up so many plot threads that it opens up throughout the film. But that said, it is still a really great experience, and I'm gonna have to do a couple of rewatches because I missed some shit.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how watchable would you say is it on a plane?
That's a really good question. Probably a 10, actually. Probably a 10.
Can it even compare to 2010's Valentine's Day? My favorite movie I've seen on a plane.
Is that the only movie you've seen on a plane?
No, I've seen 3 or 4 movies on a plane.
Okay, what other movies have you seen on a plane?
One of them was Ghost Rider. Not Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do several episodes of 2.5 Men count as a movie?
No, I don't think it does unless they were specifically edited together that way.
I gotta tell you something. When you're on a 7... No, it was longer than that. It was a 10-hour flight to Hawaii, and they play nothing but 2.5 Men. You grow a deep appreciation for 2.5 Men, let me tell you.
Men, manly men.
Kevin, don't even get me started, okay?
I'm not trying to get you started. That's the thing.
Yeah, don't get me going.
I'm trying to get you to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. This is your fault. Anyway, go on.
That said, yes. that having been said, but okay, there we go. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, did that last night. I was in Charme Cry's server, a very fun place, and she puts on some weird ass movies on Fridays. Just to give you an idea of the spectrum of film that we typically watch in that particular Discord server, we have watched movies including, but not limited to, Dougal, B-Movie, Norbit, and just last night we watched The Country Bears.
Can I recommend Arthur and the Invisibles? I feel like that fits the criteria.
I feel like it probably does, and I can probably recommend it.
Yeah.
I feel like Char would be like, yeah, let's put on that piece of shit, but fucking...
Kevin, when are we going to start our own movie nights out of spite? Because they do their movie nights when I have work.
Hey, movie night Mondays. It's a plan that I want to happen. Yeah. Like we're planning it. Yeah. We're planning it.
We got the list. Yeah, we got the list.
We do.
Good plan.
And unlike before, it's a list that we have both equally contributed to.
Yeah. What do you mean, like, unlike before? When did we have a movie night before?
No, like other lists we've done before.
Right.
Where it's normally you and I just, lazily put a few in, but this time I'm like, oh yeah, boy.
Well, you're a movie guy. You're a movie person.
I am. I fucking love movies, man.
Yeah, this is my excuse to watch more movies, and also to annoy you more.
I also enjoy movies. I am a cinemaphile. I used to my best friend Nate is actually a bigger cinemaphile than I am. He used to. We have a store that used to be open. It hasn't been open due to COVID. They've been doing all of their stuff online, but it's called Second Time Around, and it is a used DVD store. And he would go after he would work at a pizzeria. He would go and pick up probably 5 or 6 movies for about $10 total. Go home and watch all of them. It's how he got into Guy Ritchie films. It's how he started discovering British media, and he started exposing me to it. And then his friend was a manager at a movie theater, and he would call us up at like midnight or whatever when I was in college, and he would be like, hey, do you guys want to go see this movie that's about to come out in 3 days? Do you want to see it early? Because we already have the films, and the theater's closed, and I can set up a showing at midnight, and we can all watch it.
Nice.
So we used to do that all the time. So I love watching movies.
Yep, me too. And I have been watching more movies lately. It helps that my roommate is a horror movie buff.
Oh, see, there we can't agree on that. I'm not a huge fan of horror. There are horror movies that
it depends on the horror, because like
I just enjoy them.
His brand of horror movie is the kind of shit that I like. It's stuff like Alien or The Thing, like sci-fi monster, body horror shit.
So it's not the stuff I like Hostel.
No, it's not.
No, see, I don't enjoy Hostel.
But, a couple nights ago we watched a movie called The Faculty, which is kind of a throwback movie to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with like a little bit of Scream-style self-awareness. Not to be confused with Scary Movie. I understand a lot of people get those two confused for some reason, and I don't know why. But,
yeah, that sounds dumb. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It happens. There are people who get the two confused. But
cinema illiteracy.
But yeah, no. The Faculty was a decent movie, directed by Robert Rodriguez. So you know it's good.
I know it's goofy.
It also has a pre-Lord of the Rings Elijah Wood in it.
Yeah,
pretending to get absolutely tweaked out on caffeine pills. It's great.
Hey, so does The Good Son.
True.
It also has a pre-drugs, but you can see he's about to go on drugs, Macaulay Culkin.
My favorite.
But yeah, no, The Faculty is a solid movie. It's fun. It's not anything special, but like it's a decent like late 90s, early 2000s, little throwback movie. It's all right. My favorite part of that movie is that one of the main plot threads is that the only way to find out if you're not an alien, is to get really high on dollar store cocaine.
They sell cocaine at the dollar store? Shit. I've been missing out.
Well, now it's probably the $1.25 cocaine. So yeah.
Oh god,
yeah,
you're right. Even the drug lords are suffering.
Man, this economy is just doing a number on everybody, isn't it?
They told me drugs won the war on drugs. What happened?
The war, I don't fucking know.
Oh.
So Kevin, what else did you watch last night?
Ah, yes, that is a good question. Well, you, motherfucker, you got into voice chat and was like, hey guys, you want to watch this? And you were about to play the first 3 episodes of Ruby Ice Queendom. And I straight up had to stop your ass and tell you, no. I'm not watching that first. I want to watch the actual Ruby series first. And you're like, no you don't. And I'm like, yes I fucking do. Because if I watch the anime first and then the TV series, I'm just going to be comparing, the main series to the anime the entire time, and that's not fair. So, you and me and
I
Cube
remember all the comic books. Yeah, I remember all the comic books I read before going to see any Marvel movie. Oh wait, I didn't. Never mind, and I still enjoyed them. But continue.
Yeah, but no.
Kevin, I'm with you. This was the correct decision.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It probably was the correct decision, and it ended up being the correct decision because he absolutely loved Ruby. I think your statement about Ruby Rose. I think your statement about Ruby Rose was, I have met Ruby Rose for only 5 minutes, but if anything were to happen to her, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
That is exactly what I said, and it still stands. I fucking love Ruby Rose.
I am nearly on the decade anniversary of that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really liked Volume 1.
Yeah, we binged all of Volume 1 because it takes all of 2 hours to do that. And actually even less than that. I think it's an hour and a half. And then I'd like to do some Volume 2 today because it's just to show how much the show grows in one season. The show just grows. The show just grows tremendously after one season.
Yeah, I would, but I have another thing that I'm doing in Charme Christ server because tonight they're showing the first Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Oh, that's a good movie. Lots of memorable moments in that movie. Mm-hmm. Very hokey.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
I like when he beat off an old lady with a stick for the sauce.
I'm not sure how to process that statement.
And people say Peter Parker's not funny in those movies. Ha!
I mean, I laughed my ass off in the theater at Spider-Man 3 when he went emo. That shit was hilarious.
Was there a great, cranberry sauce shortage in 2001? What was going on?
I don't fucking know. But yeah, I fucking loved Volume 1 of Ruby. It does have its issues. The fact that it was created on a shoestring budget by 5 people is very evident. And also you can tell which episodes Montium actually did animation on and which episodes he didn't. Because some of those episodes look really bad. The first episode where Sun is introduced looks fucking awful, but But any episode with a major action scene looks really good, especially the Forest Temple fight in episode 8 and the finale. Those episodes both look fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they're just as good in the anime too, so definitely give that a watch at some point. The first 3 episodes of the anime basically covers the first volume.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing that caught me off guard with Ruby was actually how really, really funny it is.
That's something I was always concerned about because the humor is a little divisive. I like it, but it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Ruby got fucking catapulted across a giant forest, fucking face planted directly into a crow, and then she goes, "Birdie, no!"
It's fun.
That fucking scene fucking killed me for 5 minutes. I had to pause the episode.
the scene where Weiss is trash talking Blake's outfit, and Blake just looks at her and says, "This coming from a girl who wears a skirt, wears a dress," and she's like, "It's a combat skirt." Ruby just comes up next to her and slaps her hand and says, "Yeah."
I love that moment so much.
No reason for Ruby to be inserting herself into this argument other than the fact she wants to defend her fashion choices.
The thing that gets me there is that Weiss and Ruby have been at it for the entire volume thus far, but this is like the one moment where they're just like, "Yeah, girl, give me some sugar hair." Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It's such a great moment. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on board already, because that was the second worst volume. So
Second
it's only
worst. What's the worst one?
5.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Five has good stuff in it, but
all the seasons have good stuff in it.
Yeah. Gray Haddock, former head of RT Animation, was kind of siphoning a lot of resources away from Ruby to work on Genlock at that time, and so you can really feel the cutbacks and the hasty rewrites going on in Volume 5.
Volume 5 also had a little bit of virtue signaling in it, which just felt very out of place and like ham-fisted. And like they kind of went away from that in subsequent seasons, or did it more tactfully, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
Mm-hmm. That's not soon enough.
It's soon enough for me.
No, you can go at your own pace. I just want to
soon.
It's a Futurama reference.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I tell you David doesn't like Futurama? What the fuck's wrong with David?
How dare he?
First he's vegan, then he says he doesn't like Futurama. What is going on here?
You need to kick him out of your house. I'm sorry,
well,
he can't live there anymore.
You should kick him out of your damn house. So,
if only I had the authority. I gotta tell you, living with an actual vegan and not just like a pretend one like my sister it's something. You see a bag of cheese and then it's not cheese. You see a bag of chicky nuggies and it's fucking cauliflower. It's like, I'm losing my mind, Kevin.
It's just like a constant barrage of disappointment.
You know how like transphobic parents kick their kids out when they find out. I feel that way, but for vegans. If my kid was vegan, they're just out of there.
I don't know you anymore. Get out of my sight.
I have no son and or daughter and or other.
I have no jars of mayonnaise in this house. Yeah.
No, you want mayonnaise that has eggs in it, so vegans are against mayonnaise.
See, that's enough reason to hate them already.
Yeah, right. I didn't. You know what? I didn't understand how good mayonnaise was until I was like 20.
I was the same way.
Finally, I have people around me who understand the value of mayonnaise.
I was a Miracle Whip guy all the way up until 20, and then I tried real mayonnaise, and I was like, this is actually like when I started working at McDonald's. I was like, I tried mayonnaise for the first time, and I was like, okay, this stuff actually slaps. It's good.
It adds a lot to a sandwich. It does.
Yeah, in proper doses. I am not one of those insane human beings who drowns everything in mayonnaise. Because
No.
It just tastes terrible.
It's like pineapple on pizza. It's got to be the right amount.
There was a woman yesterday. I went to go get Chipotle, and I asked for sour cream on my bowl because I like sour cream in my bowl because I like to dip chips in it. And she like drowned the thing in sour cream, and I almost punched her in the face.
That's like that old James Ralph rant about the cream cheese bagels at Sheetz.
Yes, way too much cream cheese.
Yeah.
Protein can actually make your stomach upset if you ingest too much of it. So So you gotta be careful about how much stuff like that you add.
I think people who don't like pineapple on pizza are getting it from the wrong places, because some places will just dump on a whole fucking bucket of pineapple, and it's too much. And then they cook it until it's like gross, and that's the problem. It's like it's got to be added. You got to make larger chunks so it doesn't cook all the way through. Yeah.
And it's still fresh and somewhat juicy, and then it adds a nice sweetness. And anybody who says pineapple doesn't work on pizza, I'm like, if you've ever eaten a Payday bar, shut the fuck up. If you've ever eaten a deep fried chocolate bar, shut the fuck up. If you've ever had like a funnel cake, shut the fuck up.
If you've ever been to a county fair, shut the fuck up.
Right, shut the fuck up. You guys enjoy sweet and savory together all the fucking time. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So,
what is the ideal amount of pineapple? I'm gonna say like 4 chunks per slice.
I'd say like 4 to 5 chunks per slice. And
that sounds about correct. Yeah.
They have to be sizable chunks so that the outside's caramelized, but the inside stay juicy.
Yeah.
Like in general. Go ahead. Sorry.
We have a place locally who cooks. I only ever get pineapple pizza from Domino's and from my local pizzeria called Little York Tavern because they actually size their portions the right size. If you get it from other places, it's either too much pineapple or it's cut too thin or it's both. And so all you end up with are these dry, shriveled little fruits on your pizza, and it's just not good.
Ironically, the worst pineapple pizza I've ever had was in Hawaii. There's this one restaurant where they did what I just said, where they literally just dump an entire fucking bowl of pineapple on there. I'm gonna assume because like it's like a gimmick to them, you know, like tourists come, let's go to Hawaiian pizza, so they make it like as Hawaiian as physically possible.
Yeah, no, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Like it ideally should be.
If the only way to make it more Hawaiian than that is if they just put an actual like used luau skirt on it.
Like the way that I think about it is like if you're making a Hawaiian pizza, it needs to be like you get at minimum like you get a maximum of like 1 solid chunk of pineapple for every bite you take. It shouldn't be more than that.
Yeah. You know what I do miss? You know, I've never seen it outside of Hawaii, but Hershey's has like macadamia nut bars in Hawaii.
Oh shit! Yep. Really? That sounds great.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Gonna have to import those fucking things.
Except it's Hershey's chocolate, so that's the first problem.
Well,
you know they use butyric acid in that, which is the same shit.
Okay, I don't actually.
It really tastes like vomit.
I don't hate butyric acid. I'm not one of those people, but I will admit that I've had a lot of British chocolate from like World Market and stuff, and I do prefer the British chocolate. But I'm not one of those people that's like actually actively bothered by butyric acid.
Yeah, American chocolate for me has to be mixed with other things for it to be good. I can't just eat a straight chocolate bar.
What if it was mixed with macadamia nuts?
I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
But it's the acidity in it that just makes it taste a little off.
Yeah. I'm probably just indoctrinated. I've just had American chocolate.
You're just used to it, yeah. It's just like you're used to American coffee, which is why your tasting coffee is probably garbage.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, well, good.
I do.
Yeah, you drink American coffee, which means your tasting coffee is garbage.
Yeah, give me like a real coffee cup, and I'll be like, damn.
Wow, Kevin, you have garbage taste and a problem.
Yeah. No, the problem.
Well, I already knew this. You didn't have to tell me that.
Most Americans' exposure to coffee when coffee was getting going in the country were these processed cans where they pre-ground the shit. And when you pre-ground coffee and expose it to air, it gets very bitter. And so when we started getting access to, it became an acquired taste for people. And so people were used to drinking like Maxwell House and Folgers, which is garbage level coffee, especially when it's pre-ground.
It's the best way it's the best part of waking up.
But yeah, and we just got used to the garbage. And if you actually have real coffee beans like from other countries, they're generally much less bitter and much more savory and kind of sweet too. It's one of those things where it's like, but because of that, beans, even though we have fresh ground beans now, the beans that are grown for America are crossbred and GMO to the point where they're actually bitter in taste to start with, because Americans don't appreciate real good coffee. Now, that being said, we have a place locally in Dayton that makes real coffee, called Boston Stokers. I had Boston Stoker coffee once, and I'm like, oh, hello. Yeah, it's actually good coffee. It's not ground super bitter, and it's not made super bitter, and they offer a good service, and it doesn't cost you anything more than Starbucks, but it's infinitely better than Starbucks. So
yeah, like the thing that really got me about Boston Stoker is that it didn't have any of that like bitterness that I'm used to in coffee. Like it tasted really, really smooth, actually.
Yeah, Boston Stoker is the only coffee I can drink black. Everything else is just swill that is made for
that's understandable.
American palate, unfortunately. A fun fact, we in America, we have a lot of things that are like that are just like worse quality than other people's get, because basically a bunch of European companies were trying to screw America out of quality content, or things happened during shipping that made it. Like, my favorite is the story about Heineken. So Heineken in America tastes completely different than Heineken in Holland or in Europe, because the first shipments that came, or the story goes that the first shipments that came over to America, some of the barrels cracked, and it caused it to oxygenate and get bitter, and it skunked the flavor, which is why Heineken has that signature, like, it's almost like you're ripping a bong when you drink one. And that is a byproduct of the mistake that happened when it was first shipped here. But having come all the way here and wanting to introduce it to American brewers, the company tasted it and said, well, it's drinkable. It's not poisonous. We'll see if they like it. And then the retarded American brewers were like, oh, this has such a unique flavor. This is so good. And they're just like in bewilderment. They're like, okay, cool. And then from then on, all of the American Heineken has been gone through a different process to give it a different flavor to kind of match that initial flavor. But if you go over to Europe, they didn't have that problem, so Heineken over there tastes way better. So if you're a Heineken hater out there, and I know who you are, there's lots of them, try it in Europe if you ever go. It's much better. Can confirm. Just had some a couple weeks ago.
Right, because you went to Germany.
Yeah.
Lucky fuck.
Luck had nothing to do with it. Do you know how expensive that trip was?
Yeah, no, I get it. I know. I'm just saying.
The sheer level of drive and wanting to chase a woman across Europe I had to have to make that happen. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I get you. So anyway, that is what I have been up to. Zeke, buddy, what you been up to?
Why'd you have to get to me? I'm doing that thing where I'm doing things while you're talking. God damn it.
Okay, fine. I could just go to Saradin then. You third.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
All right, Saradin, buddy, what have you been up to?
Literally nothing important. My last 2 weeks have basically just been work.
Well, shit.
Yeah, no, nothing really terribly exciting has been going on. I put a postponement on my cooking videos that I've been doing, just because I'm kind of burnt out on them and waiting to see if more content opportunities arise. And I want to deeply refine our process for making these videos so we don't have any more scuff in the upcoming season. But I don't know when that season's going to air. But I'm not satisfied with the quality that we're putting out right now, so I'm putting an end to them until we can get that quality fixed.
Episode 3, the one that I edited, ended up having some reshoots done on it, and I think there were some issues with episode 4 in terms of the HDR pipeline that Kiwe was trying to do, but it didn't work out because the final shot ended up having really bad lighting.
Not to shit kick him, but I asked him multiple times to do some test footage to make sure he understood the technology, and he didn't do that. And that frustrates me to no end.
Oh, damn, son, this is a call-out podcast.
Yeah, all right, let's not do that. Let's not.
And my other big issue is that he switched to LED floodlights and directional lights, which blinded me during part of the filming, as opposed to the old analog ones, which work just fine. So we're just going to need to look at the technology we have at our hand.
The other lighting was probably better for the kind of recording that was being done at the time, because I understand it was being recorded in a different format, which probably required that LED lighting to have more proper white light rather than the more yellow tinted analog lighting. So that's probably what it is.
If it blinds your host during the usage of them.
I've worked on stage before, and I'm used to being blinded by lights when I'm acting or doing things. Yeah, so that's not an issue for me.
But I have to read essentially a script or whatever while I'm doing this. That's being held behind the camera. Spoiler alert.
That is one way to do it.
Yeah, I don't. I think next time we'll just work on the process and just angle the lights differently so I can actually still see and things will work out better.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I can understand why Cubase did a lot of, like, made a lot of the changes to, like, the production that they did, and a lot of that is just down to, like, you know...
Sure, my only complaint is that we should have done some testing to refine the process first, and we didn't take that time to do that, and so we ended up with a pretty scuffed final project.
Yeah, y'all ended up rushing the birthday episode quite a bit. I noticed.
To be fair, I was out of the. To be fair, also, I was out of the house for the first 2 weekends of that month. I was traveling Europe for the first one, and then I was at a wedding the next one. So it's not like I could have been there.
True. Yeah.
It's like I knew this episode was going to be rushed, which is why I wanted to film it earlier. But a lot of things got in the way. That's the other thing is I'm not going to put such a stringent time schedule like once a month on it. I'm just going to say when we're done, and we release the video.
Yeah, that's fair enough, because like the problem here is that with Cubase being your editor, Cubase has a job to work, and a lot of the like nitty gritty editing and like
me too, and I'm doing
goes on them.
Me too, and I'm not only coming up with the recipes, writing the scripts, coming up with recipe tweaks. I'm reaching out to people to do translation work. I'm the one who uploads the video, like does all the other text, and tries to make sure that stuff we use in the video. I'm the one who collected all the music for the videos. Like, trust me, there's a lot of work for me to do too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there isn't, but like I'm talking mostly like post-production.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good call, because like even me, with, you know, all the extra time that we had on KFP3, I ended up having to crunch a little bit in the last 2 days to actually get the video done.
Yeah, no shame to all the work that was put into it. Like, I appreciate him for doing all the work he did. I just think we need to work on refining our process a little bit before we go to the next thing. Because I was rather disappointed with the last 2 videos, honestly, and mostly on things on my end.
Right.
Not on the editor's jobs, but it was mostly stuff on my end I feel like didn't meet my quality standards.
Yeah, there were a few issues that I had, like with the one of the biggest issues that I had with editing KFP3 is that I did it half blind for the first half of it, because you didn't actually have a script for me to work off of, and I had to do a lot of, like, you know, retweaking and re-editing after the fact, because like you had to put in a new script after you had already recorded everything. So that ended up being kind of a stress on me, and that kind of that actually took up a good like week's worth of time redoing. So woof.
So Kevin, it seems like your editing docket is freed up.
Yes, and I will be getting to that video that you want me to do on Monday. I'll be starting on Monday. I need you to resend the drive link because I can't find it in our DMs anymore for shit.
Sure.
Also,
how will
for
this
that
impact movie night?
Well, I'm not doing it this week.
You'll watch Char's movies.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to be editing.
Not on Friday. You're not, unless you are.
I mean, I might. It depends on if they're playing a movie that I don't want to watch. Like Char straight. Like we watched Country Bears last night.
Well, how low is your bar?
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't remember how bad Dougal was. But
the fact that it's called Dougal should have put you off immediately.
Yeah, but like last night when we were watching like Country Bears afterwards, Char was like, you know what, this was way too watchable. I need to put on something worse next week. So just to give you an idea of what the standard is for that particular server's movie nights.
Did you give it a 4?
The movie's like a 4 or a 5, but like the music's like a 10. Like the music's good. But like yeah, no. The Country Bears is not a good movie. It is a watchable movie, but it's not a good one. It is the very definition of mid.
Yeah.
I think like the two things that really carry that movie are the music and Christopher Walken as the main villain.
Oh.
This isn't over! Bears! I'll get you, bears!
Sounds interesting.
I mean, it's Christopher Walken. Like he alone carries a large portion of, like, you know, the movie. So, like, of any movie he's in, really.
Yeah.
So,
Dune Part 2.
He what?
I still love Hairspray because he plays because he played oh, what's his name? Who's the guy who played the mother in the movie?
You think I watched Hairspray?
You should. It's a good movie.
Maybe I should. I don't fucking know.
It's an excellent movie, actually. The guy.
My problem is that, like, I don't.
Grease.
Right, John Travolta.
Yeah, so John Travolta plays the mother in that movie, in a skin suit. It's really funny, and Christopher Walken plays her husband.
Yeah, the thing with Hairspray is that, like, I'm not really one for live action, like, musicals a lot of the time. So it's got to be like.
See, that's the Disney virus infecting you.
I'm gonna take Sweeney Todd off the movie list then.
No. Keep it on. I'm open to new ideas.
Okay. Well, I didn't add it yet, so I guess I have to add it now.
Well, add Sweeney Todd, you motherfucker.
Fine, I will.
Thank you. Good. Awesome. Great.
Yep. Kevin, here's a question. Is there a movie? Does this film exist? The thought just occurred to me. A movie that contains Christopher Walken, Jeff Goldblum, and Nicolas Cage.
Oh, no, I don't think that exists, but it needs to?
It should.
I think you can probably find a movie with 2 out of 3, though.
Oh, yeah, easily. But I'm saying, like, can we get all 3 at once?
Can we get all 3 at once?
Does that exist? We gotta search for that sometime.
I gotta look that up to see if it exists, because, like,
Lords
the
of
idea...
Yeah. The concept.
It's too good. Like, it's too potent.
Palpable. Yeah, it's palpable. That's what it is. Anyway, I've been doing stuff.
What?
I've been doing stuff.
Please, tell me the stuff you've been doing.
Yes. It's hard to remember, actually, because it's funny, because, like, 1 week... Sometimes we're at a loss for what to talk about. 2 weeks, sometimes it's so much that I lose track of shit. Trying to reel my mind back.
There's, like, no fucking in between here.
Yeah. One week sometimes isn't enough, but 2 weeks is too much. Damn it, we have too much to discuss.
1 week is like, I didn't do too much, and 2 weeks is like, oh, where do I start?
Clearly, damn it! If only Saturday came every 10.5 days exactly.
See, now you're thinking.
We call it my buddy Caesar.
Anyway, so really, my mind back 2 weeks. The fucking Overwatch 2 beta started.
Yeah, like, right after I moved, like, I think, like, the day after I moved, I watched you play some of that on stream.
Yeah, and that was, like, day 4 of it, so... Yeah, so, oh, by the way, for anyone who actually saw that upload, I'm sorry I couldn't comment on it. My headset mic is broken for some reason. So I just streamed it for Kevin's convenience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying the beta. Well, I stopped playing to play some of those things, but, like, yeah, really enjoying the beta. I really like the improved sound and visual effects are really nice. The UI looks crisp. The new heroes are fun. The new maps are great.
Zen getting a bitch kick function.
Right, yeah, the Zen kick. Just fucking boot the motherfuckers away.
Experience tranquility, motherfucker.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a mid-cycle patch coming soon that's going to rework some more stuff, so that's probably going to drag me back in. I haven't played in a few days because I've been playing other games, but that'll probably drag me back in, and it's running... That should come... That's got to come pretty soon because the beta 2 ends on the 18th. And there's going to be a third beta probably in, like, late August, early September before the October 4th launch. So, yeah. Yeah, pretty good time there.
It's good to hear that the Overwatch 2... It's good to hear that Overwatch 2 at the very least has a really solid foundation going.
Yeah.
Because like that was one of the biggest.
Talk to a lot of people who disagree with that, but I won't put my hat in the ring. I'm just telling you what I've heard from other people.
Oh yeah.
Well, Zeke does have opinions on that.
Yeah. And as per usual on this show, they're the only ones that matter.
But yeah, it's good to hear that Overwatch 2, at the very least, like the beta has a good foundation for like the proper launch in what, October to work off.
October 4th. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna be buying your PS4 off of you in the next couple of months, so that I can play it with you. Because like I would play it on PC, but then you would just get matched against PC players, and you would have issues with that because like don't they like disable the aim assist on console if you're playing against PC players or some shit?
Yeah, for whatever reason, if you do crossplay with PC players, they just disable all aim assist, which is weird and not fun. So I like to avoid that if at all possible.
Yeah, no, I'm probably going to do like I'm probably going to use like the cross save functionality so that like when I'm playing with you, I'm playing on like when I'm playing with you, I'm playing on PS4, but like when I'm playing by myself, I'm playing on PC.
Yeah. Yeah, fun. Looking forward to more. I miss the arcade. Wish the arcade was in this, but it's not. Anyway, then I've been continuing my Hollow Knight replay, getting pretty far into that. Then I decided to get
your what replay?
My Hollow Knight replay.
Your what replay?
My Hollow Knight replay.
Okay, just making sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why were you trying to make sure you heard that correctly?
Never mind.
Yeah, you know.
We've made this joke before.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time he says Hollow Knight, I think he's saying, I've been going through my Hollow Live replay. And I'm just
right.
All 12,000 hours of content? That's pretty awesome.
No.
60 members with 3 years worth of streaming. Yeah, that's a pretty ambitious goal there, buddy. Glad you've turned around, though. I'm just kidding.
No, I would not. I have things to do. Yeah, and then I decided to get PlayStation Plus Premium to get some free stuff. And I played through what was it called? The fucking My Friend Pedro, which I played like half of before on Switch, but I just went through it again and finished it on PlayStation. That's a really fun game. And some other stuff like Stray is going to go straight to extra when it comes out, so I'm looking forward to that. Then I just literally like yesterday, I guess, although it was because night is weird, but I bought the Klonoa Phantasy Reverie Series release, and I just beat Door to Phantom Isle this morning.
How is Klonoa?
It's fun. It's not like it's really not like anything else.
I'm not like other platformers.
It really isn't, though. It really takes the 2.5D thing and makes it its own, and it has a deceptively simple system of like grabbing and throwing enemies and such. But the way they almost use it as like a self-imposed limitation to get the most out of the level design possibilities around that relatively simple moveset is really enjoyable. So I had fun with it. I'm going to take a bit of a break before I play Klonoa 2, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I played the demo of the Phantasy Reverie collection the other night, which is really just the first 2 levels of Klonoa 1 and the opening segment of Klonoa 2 with the cutscenes removed. And yeah, I have to agree, like just from the short gameplay that I've played, I really do enjoy the unique gameplay style that Klonoa has. Like you said, it uses the 2.5D gameplay style in a very unique way, and that limitation, that very simple gameplay mechanic of just grabbing and throwing enemies, They do a lot with it. They actually do.
Yeah, yeah. Throughout the whole game, it evolves. And it's just a testament to really good creative level design. So I really appreciate that, and also it's just very cute, and it runs great on PS5. It's just native 4K 60 locked.
One thing I will say from the very little I've played of it is that Klonoa himself is cute as fuck. I love him.
Yeah. I'm glad they. So this version of Door to Phantomile is mostly based on the Wii remake, but they did a lot to sort of revert the changes people didn't like about it.
Yeah, I noticed that that all of the voice dialogue is reverted to the PS1 version, which is like really heavily bit crushed, but like, hey, props for accuracy.
Yeah, they reverted the script changes and the dub back to the PS1 stuff, and then they also reverted Klonoa's design back to his PS1 design, as opposed to his stupid Kingdom Hearts ass design from the remake. So yeah, they basically did a lot to like revert. It's kind of like a halfway point between the PS1 game and the Wii remake.
Yeah,
So,
from what I can tell, it looks like the Phantasy Reverie version of Door to Phantomile. The way that it's designed, it seems to be trying to keep all of the graphical improvements and all of the refining of the gameplay and of like the general design from the Wii remake, but trying to bring back a lot of the specifics of various elements of gameplay. I love how the Wii version, like if you prefer how the Wii version plays, you can play it on like that's easy mode. But if you prefer the PS1,
I didn't do that. I did normal, and that was fine.
Yeah, I played normal, which I didn't have an issue with for the couple of levels that I played.
I feel like the easy mode, I mean, like, if you need it, go ahead. But, like, I feel like it starts to encroach upon the mechanics the game was designed around, because without a live system, there's no reason to collect the gems at all. They serve no function if they don't give you more lives.
Yeah, this is one of the few games where I think the live system actually does serve a function.
Yeah, and I only got one game over in the entire game, and it was right at the end. So, and all they do is just boot you out, and you just start the level again with 3 lives. So, and these levels are not like super long, so it doesn't really matter much.
Yeah,
I know everyone, live systems are scary now, but like it's fine. It's not that hard. And also, easy mode gives you way more health than the game was ever balanced around.
Yeah, it gives you like 2 extra hearts worth of health, which is just...
It literally doubles it. It gives you 3 extra hearts, which is 6 extra hits. it's
yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a bit much for the kind of game Klonoa is.
Yeah, like there are some frustrating sections, but like honestly, I don't think it's the hardest game in the world, so I really recommend people play it on normal. Yeah, I had a thought then, right? So yeah, they definitely made a lot of... The one thing they didn't fix, which was a lot of people's problem with the Wii remake, is that the cutscenes are kind of stilty. And they don't have the same charm as like the FMVs from the original release, but like, what are you gonna do? Just,
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I noticed is like a thing with Phantasy Reverie is that they keep the cutscenes the way that they are in the Wii remake.
Yeah.
Which, they're fine. They're perfectly serviceable. It's just that they lack kind of the dynamic camera work and animation that the CG cutscenes from the PS1 version had.
Right. I just got a job offer from Discord DM. What the fuck?
That might be a scam. I don't know.
Yeah, this looks like a scam. But I don't know, man. Their Eris avatar is really drawing me in, though. They know they knew how to get me, but no. Also, their only mutual server with me is a old ass Yu-Gi-Oh server I have never posted in. So.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this DM.
I will admit the Eris server is the Eris icon is a very nice. It's a very nice touch. It's a very nice touch.
The targeted advertising is getting a little ridiculous, Kevin.
Just a bit.
I mean, I've been looking into been looking into, because I have a VR headset, so I've been looking into the ridiculous stuff surrounding like metaverse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so. What you're telling me is this is literally me going to Walmart, right, or going to like some supercenter, except that they track every single thing that you even look at in order to shove advertising down your throat even harder. It's like, imagine going to Walmart and knowing that if you look at fruit roll-ups, even look at them, like as you're passing by them, you are going to be inundated with fruit roll-up advertisement, which you may have never have intended to even look at, but that's the annoyance that you'll have to deal with. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why Mark Zuckerberg's all about it.
This is a weird comparison, but it reminds me of fucking Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
That is an interesting comparison. You're right about that.
Yeah, because like the endings are determined by what you look at in the game. So if you happen to look at like the scandalous posters on the wall, sometimes the ending is like, Harry was actually a sex criminal, and I'm like, what the fuck?
What in the hell?
It's Tom Hewlett. This is his idea of psychological profiling. If you look at a horny poster for 2 seconds, he thinks you're a sex criminal.
What the fuck Twitter ass shit is this?
This game psychologically profiles you as you play.
It's not that deep.
Have I mentioned that Silent Hill Shattered Memories is bad?
Yeah, it sounds pretty bad, but like kind of in a fun, goofy B-movie kind of way.
Oh, it's really enjoyably stupid, but it's not good. Much like everything post Silent Hill 4.
Yeah, people keep wanting that series to come back, and I just don't know if they have the creative energy to make something good out of it.
Yeah, just let it.
Like, can we just let things die? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you.
Can we go without another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remake? Can we go without?
Okay, that I disagree with. Like, yeah, fundamentally.
You need to go. Okay, you need to go watch Ready Player One at least 100 more times because you haven't understood the message. You haven't understood the message yet. Okay. Anyway,
I like seeing new takes on Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that makes you weak. Anyway, you're a puppet to the corporations, Kevin.
My favorite franchise is Transformers, motherfucker. I've been doing this for a while.
You're the same zombie that went to go see Aladdin.
No, I'm not, motherfucker.
You are the same kind of diseased sheep.
How dare you? How dare you come into my house and fucking insult me this way, calling me an Aladdin watcher? How dare you?
That's hot. That's hot.
Thanks, Will Smith. You know why they say fire at will? You know why they say fire at will in the military? Because, I mean, did you see what he did to Chris Rock? That's why we fire at will. Anyway. Man's a danger. Oh, shit.
Reminds me of a blooper from, like, Star Trek TNG or something where someone was like, fire at will, and everybody turns around, pulls out their phasers, and shoots at Riker.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
The other will, though. Knowing what a douche she would become.
Will Wheaton is a saint. What are you talking about?
Will Wheaton blocked me on Twitter 10 years ago.
Will Wheaton blocked me on Twitter 10 years ago.
Why did he block you on Twitter?
I told him to shut up.
He blocks everyone on Twitter.
Sounds like you just... Sounds like a skill issue.
This is working out great. Just want you to know that.
Anything else?
Diseased sheep. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to remember that one.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm taking a break before Klonoa 2. Right before we started, I booted up. I've decided to play the 2018 God of War, finally.
Dad of Boy.
Dad of Boy. So
Dad of Boy. There's another joke in there.
Yeah.
But I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Dad of Boy.
Yeah. But I've only played it for like 15 minutes, so I have no opinions yet. Zero opinions. Ask me a question, Kevin.
Hey Zeke, what do you think of Kratos in that game?
I can't tell you, Kevin. I don't have an opinion. It's been like 15 minutes. Get off my fucking back.
Hey Zeke, how's the combat?
I haven't, Kevin. The game starts with you attacking a tree, and that's the one thing I've attacked so far. Is that tree?
I mean, to be fair, it is an axe. It is an axe.
This is a Japanese series where you start by killing like mundane objects, and then you end by slaying God.
I mean, the first God of War starts with you fighting a kraken, so it's not exactly mundane.
True.
Yeah. I know what he's alluding to, though. It's like why there's fucking there's like at least 4 or 5 prominent isekai series based around slimes.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the joke is there was a shit post recently where somebody was just somebody was going to the boss fight of Ofnir the All-Knowing, and he says, "You are but a man. How can you possibly slay a god?" And the top comment in that video is, "Sir, this is a Japanese video game."
Yeah.
Sir, do you know where you are?
You're in a Japanese video game, sir.
Yeah. All needs to be said, really. Yeah, and then I'm also probably going to start a Metroidvania called Momodora, which I got free on PlayStation Plus Extra. But the reason I want to start that is because its follow-up Minoria is on sale for like $10, and I want to know if it's something I'm actually interested in. So,
there's a really cool... So, something, if you guys... I don't know if you guys like shooters at all, but there is a really cool...
Zeke, he's asking
What?
if we like shooters.
Yeah, but I don't like shmups very much, but like aside from like shooter generally, yeah, I like shooters.
There is a game in, I don't know if it's in alpha or whatever, or in beta or whatever, but it's called Salako.
Yes, I know that one.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It looks really good. It's like a boomer shooter.
Yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
But it's like
Say
a sci-fi
less,
boomer
bitch.
shooter. Yeah. It's called Salako, and it looks really good.
Oh, trust
And
me. No, trust me. I wrote down everything from Civi's last video. Like,
Oh, so you watched Civ 11 too? Good.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good. Guys,
Well, how
that guy-
else is anyone going to hear about Salako?
I was gonna say he's like the one guy on the internet who covers this shit.
Yeah.
God bless you, Sibby. I think the funniest part of any of his videos was what he was doing. What was the name of that video? Outlaws 6-gun salute. When he was doing Outlaws, there's a part where the one guy's like, "What do you got that gun for? Bullets aren't gonna solve anything." And he's like, "And you're wrong," and he fills them full of lead.
That's great.
And then the guy comes back later in the game because you didn't actually kill him, and he says the same thing again, and Sibby's just like, "You're still wrong." Just pumps him full of lead.
That's so fucking funny.
He's like, "And you're still wrong." Oh yeah, good. But Salako looks really solid, and I might end up getting that game for myself because I have been looking for a new shooter that works.
Yeah.
Because it's the problem with new shooters. None of them fucking work. They're like, look at these 3,000 features, none of which work.
Yeah.
Like, great. Here's $80.
Yeah, I love boomer shooters. I'm also a console fag, so I gotta wait for shit to actually come out on them.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah,
I own a PC, but I'm not. I still consider myself a console peasant.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it right away, but there's one. It's not really a boomer shooter. It's just like more of a. It's a new age sort of parkour shooter sort of deal. It's called Severed Steel, and it comes out this month. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right away, but it looks interesting. A lot of parkour and like blowing holes in walls to like skip levels. It's cool. You know, those are my future plans. Oh, also anime. I watched anime.
Yeah, anime.
It's the summer season.
So what anime have
Finally.
you been watching, bro?
Summer has finally begun. It's time for the first episode of Phineas and Ferb, where Phineas sounds different for some reason. I kind of liked his original voice better, if I'm being honest.
There's 104 days of summer vacation.
It wasn't that extreme. It was the same guy, but it's almost like a Tom Kenny situation where like old SpongeBob sounded like new SpongeBob. Man, I hope I hope when Cosmic Shake comes out, they go back to mellow SpongeBob. I'd like that. That'd be nice.
It would be nice, yeah.
By the way, Kevin, THQ has that their event on August 12th. We should watch that.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
They're a little late to the party, but yeah, I'm hoping for Cosmic Shake news. My hope is that it's a holiday title, but it might be pushed to 2023. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm
like
hoping
3D
it comes out around like November, December.
Yeah, but I like 3D platformers in Spingebill, so I want more Spingebill in my platformers. Anyway, anime though. So I also watched the first episode of Man Abyss season 2. It's good. It's pretty good.
I love how you were like, why is it showing Rico shitting in the elevator? Why is the show so randomly gross? And then it's like, Nanachi's looking at the shit just to troll Bonder, and you're like, actually, you know what? This is fine.
Yeah, this is an acceptable level of audacity, actually.
See, Maiden Abyss does that quite a bit. It does that quite a bit.
Sure. Anyway, I watched Engage Kiss, which is the most anime. Not the most. It's up there in terms of like the most anime things I've seen.
It is incredibly anime.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about Symphogear. Just anime in its purest form. Just a show that does not give a fuck. Is all form with zero sense in its storytelling, but it's amazing.
Sure. And then I watched the first episode of Call of the Night, which is fucking gorgeous. That is a very good looking show. And I'm looking forward to that some more. Kevin, I don't know if I can actually pay for High Dive anymore, you know?
Yeah, from what I understand, the app in particular is just fucking shit.
It doesn't work. Meanwhile,
which is weird. Which is weird because, like, the web version works just fine. Like, the web version's great. But, like, you play it on, like, any app, and it's just, like, there's a million issues.
The app is very basic, bitch. How do you not have offline viewing in current year? I don't understand.
Fucking Crunchyroll has offline viewing now. God.
And, like, I just don't have a good enough connection to keep up with whatever bitrate they're using. Unless I use the 5G, and my 5G is pretty spotty, so it's like... Meanwhile, I go to fucking 5anime.info and I can download it in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, High Dive actually does use a fairly high bitrate for their videos, so yeah.
That's good. Just, I can't use it. I don't want to pay for something I can't fucking use.
Yeah, that's something I actually do like about High Dive is that, like, in terms of like video quality, it's really, really good, but it's also
bandwidth.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't, and that's a problem.
You know what would help with that? Some offline viewing. That'd be nice.
True.
You know, a standard fucking feature in current year. That'd be nice.
Right,
literally
it is current year. Come on, guys.
The only fucking option in that fucking app is what color you want your subtitles. That's it. Which, obviously yellow, of course. Like, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a monster. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yellow?
Yeah. Yellow subtitle supremacy.
Ugh, we're going to have to disagree about that one.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
I'm a white supremacist. I mean, what?
Wait, hold up.
I knew he was going to say it.
Wait.
I knew it. I was worried I was going to have to lead him into it, but no, he just...
Damn it, man. What the fuck?
Well, somebody's got to be that way.
You might want to rephrase that, sir.
Get all these yellow bastards out of my country.
Stop it.
See, this is why he's here, Kevin, so I don't have to say these things anymore. And everyone can get off my back. Yeah, we got like... What's that trope, Kevin? We got id ego, super ego. We got that going on now. I'm not sure if that applies, but it's a thing that has 3 things in it, so I'm rolling with it. I'm also going to watch Shadow's House Season 2. That came out today, or yet? No, it's today, but I haven't had time, because I got to do a podcast.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm watching anything. I'm going to watch Danmachi 4 when it when it comes out, but that's up to like the 22nd. I gotta get with the books because like I've fallen behind in my reading, and I wanted to read up to that.
I am super excited for Danmachi 4.
Yeah,
such an underrated series.
Yeah, have you been watching?
I think in the wash of isekai, it gets forgotten because it's a, as Giga put it, a fantasy.
What is this fantasy you speak of?
What is this fantasy you speak of? It's not an isekai. This man's not from the world. What's the point?
Are you telling me he was born in the setting the story takes place in?
It's still an isekai, right? So what you're telling me is this fantasy concept. It's an isekai where the person comes from this world. That's so original and unique. Vomits uncontrollably.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Reminds me of that fucking amazing gag from Last Airbender where they're like, "Come see the Earth King's bear." You mean armadillo bear? No, just bear. Surely you mean platypus bear. It just says bear. This place is weird. My favorite jokes. I'm gonna watch Ice Queendom when the dub is out.
So I want really soon.
Yeah. Well, they said it was gonna be a bit because of delays and stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna watch Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer, but everyone's telling me the adaptation is poopy, so maybe not.
Yeah, that's the big thing that I'm.
So, question for Ice Queendom: they're not using the original voices?
No, they are.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was gonna riot if they weren't using the original for that series.
Yeah, they got to recast some people because some of those early Rooster Teeth people are not welcome anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
like
QAnon conspiracist Joel Heyman,
and
actually insane person
no longer welcome as Crow. So
that's true as well. Yeah.
Well, Crow was already recast, so
yeah, he's Jason
Liebrecht.
Yeah, that's the one. He's Mordecai in the Borderlands.
Wait, so you're telling me when you generate a studio out of internet culture that some of the people in it are problematic? Oh man, somebody tell 4chan. Oh wait,
to be fair, Rooster Teeth kind of predated internet culture by a hair.
By like a hair, yeah.
Yeah, they were at the cutting edge at the time. But anyway, but like everyone that matters, same people, sorry, sex pest Ryan Haywood can't return for Professor Port, but I mean, I'm sure they can get another Professor Port. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly a huge character in the first place. So
I mean, he was a sizable character, just not an important one.
Just not fair enough. He was a fat ass.
Yeah. Kevin, did you notice they added like jiggle effects to his gut?
Did they?
That was fun. Yeah. Someone was not paying attention to the right things. You got to watch it over again now.
I can think of some places some jiggle physics needed to be added in the season 1, but I won't talk about Yang anymore.
No, honestly, you're right though.
Yeah, she gets some in later seasons, but they never overly the main 4, which is something I appreciate about the series.
Yeah, I do have to admit, I do have to say, between Ruby and Yang, that is like almost entirely my spectrum of favorite kinds of female characters right there. So,
yeah, they're all good.
With Blake being kind of like the third one. So,
Weiss is just the tsundere of the first.
Blake grows on you over time. I wasn't hot on Blake initially, but like over the course of the show, like she's actually kind of become my second favorite.
Yes, I agree. In the beginning, she was not one of my favorite characters, and to this day, I still think Weiss is my least favorite of the 4. Although she is actually bearable and still likable now, as opposed to just being a bitch in the first season.
Not only was she a bitch, she was also racist.
Yeah, I like how Ice Queendom made her more racist. Really doubled down on that.
Yes, it did.
They made Weiss more racist. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Queendom straight up made Weiss more racist.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Based Ubukata. Ubukata is his name.
Ubukata. Yeah. To Ubukata.
Yeah. Based Ubukata. Anyway. Yeah, so probably not gonna watch Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer if the adaptation's poopy.
Yeah, I've heard the animation and the direction is really, really flat and lifeless, which just sucks the life out of a lot of the show.
Which is a shame because it's from the same author as Planet With, and I love Planet With.
Yeah, that show got like a fucking A+ treatment. Fucking Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer over here gets fucking nothing.
But what do you expect? It's a fucking like legacy thing from 20 years ago. I don't even know why they're doing it. Why are they doing it, Kevin? I don't even know.
I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, well, it's popular overseas, and I guess we can just like fart it out.
It's just like, why would you bring something this old back and not put effort into it?
Yeah, no, I don't get it either.
It just feels like a waste of fucking time. Upsetting.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not gonna. That's probably what I'm watching. Yeah. Okay.
And my targets for the season are Danmachi. Obviously. Ruby Ice Kingdom is fantastic so far. And then Made in Abyss, obviously. Haven't really seen much else. There's like a quirky slice of life series about like a bunch of like cafe maids who are also like general philanthropists. I forget what the series is called. But they don't just assist you while you're at the cafe. They like go out into your life and fix shit. Or like offer other philanthropic service.
Like the Smiling Friends, I guess.
Yeah, but it's animated gorgeously. Also, the guy who owns the cafe with a bunch of Japanese high schoolers in miniskirts is a black dude.
Based?
Which is kind of based, and I'm not really sure like what the story is with him, but yeah. So I kind of want to watch the show just because it's an intriguing concept. And it might be a good, like, this is a good anime to watch when I'm just not feeling like an action-packed afternoon.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the only things I'm going to be watching this season are Made in Abyss, obviously, Tokyo Mew Mew New, and Ruby Ice Queendom. And I'm gonna like y'all, I'm gonna watch Ice Queendom after the dub comes out.
That list was 2 animes long before last night. I feel proud of myself. Yeah. I'm not gonna watch Tokyo Mew Mew, but I will look at all the porn that's made of it.
Fair enough.
I just like cat girls, man. That's all it is. It's not a secret. But I'm definitely not. I'm not into maho shoujo. It just ain't for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Like the cat girl thing is like a huge, yeah. The cat girl thing is like a huge like appeal for it for me. But I also like magical girls, so
Yeah, I know.
And I'm talking real magical girls. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Madoka, but everyone who's like, no, them fucking magical girls after Madoka don't hit the same. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, sure. Well,
I have my opinions on the kinds of people who hate magical girls but love Madoka. Like,
I have my opinions about the people who hoist Madoka as some kind of high art piece.
Yeah, that too.
That's like, here's my thing. Magical girl anime is not high art, as much as Sailor Moon would like to pretend that it is. It is not high art.
Okay? Wait, what the fuck kind of version of Sailor Moon have you been watching? What?
I know. And I'm just telling you what some people say.
They're stupid. Sailor Moon is literally made for kids. What the fuck?
I know, but a lot of people think it's high art.
I'm telling you this as an actual Sailor Moon fan. They're stupid. What?
And I'm just telling you that those people are dumb because it's not high art, and the fact that a company decided to do a high art deconstruction of not high art is like Andy Gowdy painting...
Okay, that's another thing. Madoka isn't a deconstruction. Like, fucking Gen Urobuchi straight up said, "Oh no, I just want
a college thesis that told me so."
Gen Urobuchi literally said that he just wanted to make his own magical girl anime, but he wanted to make it darker. That's it. if you actually look at most of what Madoka is, it's just a regular magical girl anime. It just happens to be grimdark as fuck. That's it. That's Madoka.
I don't know. I mean,
I just don't.
Someone else.
That's like. But what I was going to say, it's like that's what I was going to say. It's like it's if Picasso decided to make a high art piece because he saw something because he saw like a child's finger paint and said, "I can do that with turds and it'll be high art." And I'm like, I don't understand what your mentality is, but it's not.
My thing with the whole Madoka being a deconstruction thing is that it comes from the same fucking mindset as everybody who like didn't grow up with all the influences of Evangelion, and yet they think they know what Evangelion is when they really, really don't. And the thing is, when you actually look at Evangelion, it's like a lot of people. It's like, oh, it's a deconstruction, it's a criticism of mecha. When actually, no, it's like one half. It's actually like one half homage to Ultraman, one half homage to like fucking Getter Robo. Like it's actually more homage than deconstruction. It just happens to have a lot of like really dark psychological shit in it because fucking Anno was depressed at the time. That's it. It's not that deep, and y'all are freaking weird.
Talking a lot about anime for a supposed anime podcast.
I know, right? Crazy.
That's what we're supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah, Kevin, if you want me to take your opinion seriously, I'm going to need you to write a college thesis, though. Like,
bro, I'll do it. Don't fucking test me. I'll do it.
Well, you're going to have to go to college to write a college thesis. So,
yeah, but my whole thing about anybody who says Madoka is a deconstruction, I'm like, so what you're telling me is a fine artist looked at a child's finger painting that he did with his own poo-poo and said, I can do that better. And I'm like, you probably can, but and I can do it in a way that subverts expectations. And I'm like, I'm going to do it using adult poo-poo. And I'm like, congratulations. Congratulations. You certainly subverted my fucking expectations. It's still garbage. Not to say Madoka's garbage, but it just doesn't belong on the pedestal that most people put it on.
I know it's a little early for the lightning round, but potentially unpopular opinion. I don't like the division between high and low art. I don't really believe in art hierarchy.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No, because it's entirely
art.
Message. Well, and the message of the art can mean different things to different people. So one person like me can find dark and twisted romances really deep and interesting and call that high art. Series like Scum Swish, which is just depraved and degenerate, but it has a really interesting message about acceptance. Or Kodomo no Jikan, which is on its surface very degenerate. But there's a reason for that degeneracy because it's a narrative tool used to point out the nature of innocence and childhood trauma. And I can call those things high art, but at the end of the day, if somebody looked at those series objectively, they might not get the same vibe from them. So, you're absolutely right. The division is pointless because art is subjective.
Yeah, friend of the show, Anubis, once said that art is only ever used as a descriptor to describe things people don't think, things that are, quote, aren't art. So it's kind of a meaningless phrase. I probably butchered exactly how he said that, but
probably
something to that effect. Yeah. I just don't like art classism, really. I think it comes.
See, this is why I prefer the classification system of Kino and Mid.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's like, I'm just tired of, like, if we don't see the same things on the same level, it's like, okay, that's fine. We
have different opinions. Like, for example, Kevin believes that One Piece is one of the series ever made, and I can't fucking stand the shit. So it's just it's just completely...
Who's right? Well, I guess whoever wrote a college thesis first. I guess
right, exactly.
That's how you decide these things, obviously.
Right.
But it's like I got tired of telling. I got tired of having to defend. I think Danganronpa V3 is peak literature. But like I don't have to. I'm tired of like arguing with people who think
My Immortal is the finest. Is the finest fucking shitpost ever.
I'm more of a fan of 30H's myself.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Henry, you must rock the fuck out.
Henry, you must rock the fuck out.
Man, I read a fan fiction the other day called 3 Taka 1 Mori. Oh, man.
Oh, God, no.
What is it with tacos?
That's not taco. It's taka. Taka.
Okay. I was gonna say. I was wondering. Did Dipper goes to Taco Bell and
it is a fan fiction. It is a fan fiction. God, Kara, I hope you never actually watched this fucking series out of curiosity. It is a fan fiction where three clones of one VTuber do the dirty with one clone of the tsundere VTuber. So it's just nonsense.
Is this of Japanese origin?
No.
Okay.
No.
They come up with some weird shit. Like, Kevin, do I need to remind you of the time I encountered Gonta giving birth to himself?
I remember that. I do remember that, and I hate you for bringing it up again. What is wrong with you?
I
didn't make it. It's just on the internet.
I know, but why did you have to remind me?
Kevin, you're gonna have to censor something. Kevin, you're gonna have to censor something really quick in post.
Please.
What?
God damn it.
Like, what?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, they come up with weird stuff.
Yeah. Japanese fetishes are strange.
Yeah, I don't get...
I mean, some of their fetishes are fine. Like, who doesn't like swimsuits? Like, I get it. All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
who doesn't like swimsuits or stuff? Okay, I get it. It's tight-fitting female clothing. Sure, those are the vanilla, mundane ones that I can accept and understand. Yeah. The I don't even want to describe the ones I can't understand. They creep me out. Okay, y'all are some weird people over there in Asia. I'm just letting.
Yeah, and like
I'm not helping the white supremacist vibe right now.
Yeah, definitely not. No, I just want to say that, like, none of this is value judgments, by the way. Like, we are a pro-fiction podcast. And
absolutely. If it makes you happy, go for it.
Yeah. But some stuff we just find weird. And we're going to...
I just don't understand it. If somebody can explain it to me, drop it in the comments below.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're not like other people. We're just like, I don't understand this disgusting thing. Ban it immediately and scorch the earth. And it's like, no, it can exist. I just don't want to look at it. Yep. You know, it's incredible how I have this amazing ability to look away from things. Amazing. I should share this with the masses. Did I cut out?
No, you did not.
Okay. All right, then.
Zeke?
Yeah?
I think that'll do it for the first segment.
Yeah, why did everyone get quiet all of a sudden?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, I'll do it for the first segment, though. Thank you for listening to the first segment of the bakagaijinshow. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the bakagaijinshow with those three fucks you know.
Hey, yo, we're back.
Hey, yo, I'm a fuck.
Yeah, officially. Official fuckhood.
You're officially fuck number 3.
Some kind of, we gotta ordain you or something. We gotta fucking, with the sword and whatnot.
With the power vested in me, I hereby knight you as fuck number 3.
Sir Fuck, Esquire. We did get one question. Somebody asked a question on our Discord.
Yes, I did notice.
What's our favorite flavor of cake?
Sorry. Do I answer this question legitimately, or do I?
Look, you're a fuck now. You can answer it however you want.
European.
I mean, yeah, you mean like a Black Forest cake or like a?
No, honestly, my favorite type of cake is German chocolate cake with coconut.
Oh, I don't like coconut.
Yeah, in cake, coconut doesn't really do it for me.
My dad loves coconut. He has a coconut cake for his birthday every year, and yeah, it's his birthday. You know, like that's fine. But I'm just sitting there like, is it gotta be fucking coconut though? It's like I have no right to complain, and I don't. But like inside, I'm going like, why's it gotta be fucking coconut?
Yeah.
Dad, if you ever listen to this in the event of my tragic death, just to relive the memories of your lost son, sorry, I don't like coconut and cake.
Oh,
Also,
that's a shame.
also, I love you. I don't say it enough. This guy
Everybody doing
you
all
should say
track
that to
for
him.
Aw.
No. We gotta have this estranged, aloof relationship that he only discovers the connection that was always there posthumously, Kevin. This is in the wake of tragedy.
Right.
You know
Okay.
nothing about narrative beats, Kevin. Anyway, that's why I don't like coconut and cake.
Yeah.
That's the connection there. I have a lot of different cakes I like. Offhandedly, though, I'm gonna say cherry chip. I like cherry chip.
I'm partial to red velvet with cream cheese frosting.
It's good.
That's
I like
also
that.
quite good.
I like that in cupcake form.
Oh,
Yeah, I prefer that in cupcake.
Yeah, something about the density of it I prefer in cupcake form.
Yeah, I like it because it's like it's very decadent. I like it
I'm
that way.
I'm also just fucking partial to like normal ass fucking birthday cake flavor birthday cake.
Oh hell yeah, my man.
Yeah, whether in Oreo or not in Oreo.
I like ice cream cakes, but yeah, my favorite is German chocolate with coconut. That's my final answer.
Yeah. Anyway, there's your answer, Meowth. Even though I don't know if you actually listened to this, but there's your answer. Anyway, enough of the Reddit dive.
Let's go make
Excellent.
No,
They can join the We Are Fucks Club.
Yeah. All right. I gotta scroll way down because a lot has built up over the past 2 weeks. So
Zeke has been busy on the Reddits.
yes.
See, you do that. What I do on Reddit is I just follow a bunch of hentai accounts, like a bunch of hentai subreddits.
Yeah. You're interested in porn. I'm interested in other people suffering. It all evens out.
I mean, my Twitter is essentially VTubers, friends of VTubers, and all the degenerate things that artists do to VTubers. So that's my entire at this point. I guess I also follow Funimation, but whatever.
Yeah. One of these days, we gotta work out a system where we can react to crazy fucking videos, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got. I'm gonna tell you now. There's more angles of Shinzo Abe getting shot than you think there were.
I've seen like 3.
These are rookie numbers.
Oh, I didn't know this was recorded.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It was during a speech. It was during a speech. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he just got shot in an alley or something, like walking to.
No, right on stage. He was given a speech. Not stage. It wasn't really a stage, but like he was just given.
Was it a handgun or was it like a rifle?
It was like a cockneyed fucking duct tape ass homemade shotgun.
Okay, so it might have been. Okay, so my theory about it being Yakuza is probably incorrect then.
It's not.
No, it wasn't. Because I do know that in Japan you can own firearms, but generally their ownership are things like for hunting purposes and for farming purposes, so you can protect your.
Saradin, if you go to Anime Atrium, I posted a picture of the weapon. It's about 30% duct tape by volume.
I might be able to tell you exactly what it is. Hold on.
No, you won't.
I can send it to my resident gun expert, who might be able to tell you exactly what it is, because he's a wizard when it comes to stuff. Let me go to the BGS
No, this is like actually like straight up homemade.
Anime
This thing barely qualifies as a gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we said homemade.
Yeah, that's extremely homemade. Oh my god.
That is the most homemade. That is a science project right there.
Yeah, holy shit. That is quite the effort was put into that. And yeah, that is a shotgun. Shotguns are really easy to make because you don't have to rifle the barrels.
Yeah.
You can use pretty much any pipe, which looks exactly like what he did. Was he used a couple of pipes and then he used a couple of electric, basically either pneumatic or just electrically charged sparkers for the back of the shell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
this
like
thing, this thing looks like. Go on.
Yeah, no, the. I mean, you can talk about the gun. I wanted to talk about like the motive.
Right, yeah, I'll just talk about the gun.
Let me say about the gun. It looks like what he did was he took 2 pieces of rigid pipe.
Yeah.
And capped the back end of them with like a rubber, like some kind of plastic or hard metal cap. Drilled a hole through it, stuck 2 wires through it. It looks like he's got a battery pack on the bottom linked to a trigger mechanism. Yeah. And probably what happens is that trigger completes a circuit, creates an electric charge, which ignites the powder in the shotgun shells, which I'm sure are muzzle loaded. And then
all this on a plank of duct tape to a plank of wood, by the way.
Duct tape to a plank of wood with a homemade handle, and then wrapped together with duct tape for stability.
Yeah, this thing looks like it'll fall apart after 10 shots. That's all I wanted to say. Kevin, you can say what you want.
Yeah, but no, the actual motive was that Shinzo Abe was actually very closely a very close collaborator and donator to the Unification Church in Japan. You know, one of those weird religious sects, and the assassin's mother.
Sex? Anyway, what?
The assassin's mother made a very large donation to the Unification Church that just like financially wrecked their family, and if I remember correctly, the assassin used to be like a former military guy, and he learned through various people who worked at the base, that he was stationed at, that Shinzo Abe was closely involved with the Unification Church. At that point, he began targeting Shinzo Abe.
Yeah. And he just shot him point blank at a campaign speech in Nara. Or not like a specific campaign, it's like for the party, I think.
Yeah, the weird thing that you'll notice when like you watch any of like the videos that showcase the event, the Secret Service around Abe were incredibly slow to react. They didn't actually.
Everyone was incredibly slow to react. Like somebody like made this connection where it's like if you hear a gunshot in America, everyone just goes running at the drop of a hat because we all know what that is. But these people are so unused to what a gun sounds like that they all just kind of stood there like, what the what? You know?
Oh, he's dead. Shit.
Well.
Yeah.
I never liked him anyway. So is he the asshole?
Yes.
We're gonna have to look at Shinzo Abe's long storied career. Chapter 1: Humble Beginnings.
Jesus Christ! I'm not doing this. I'm not.
No. I'm cutting you off here,
Man's
buddy.
not even old and dead yet, and we're already judging his life. Motherfucker got blown away with a MacGyvered shotgun somebody made in the basement.
I'm a blower back out. Call me Shinzo Abe.
Oh my god.
I can't take credit for that. I just saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up actually.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Anyway, for me,
time for the actual Reddit dive. Let's see here.
We also lost. I know. Real quick sidebar. We also lost the author of Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently in a diving accident.
Right. Yeah. I guess.
Recently.
Yeah. Kazuki Takahashi is no more, and I was very very saddened about that.
Was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga still ongoing, or was it finished?
No. Oh no. Yeah. No. He finished that in 2004.
Okay, he finished a long time ago. Well, good. And speaking of manga projects, apparently the Berserk manga project has been skeletoned by its original author and has been handed off to somebody for completion. So we are
his team. Yeah, I saw the reaction. Apparently, people liked the chapter they put out. So
yeah, so that's a good thing. I'm glad it's in good hands. I'm glad it's being continued, so we can actually get closure on that series. I don't want to end up with another Familiar Zero situation. That
was finished though.
Was it? I thought it was.
No. That was finished by someone else, and then that's what season 4 was.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the original novel author only had like 2 more volumes to go in his story, and he had them meticulously planned out. So someone else ghost wrote them.
Yeah, I don't even think we know who. I think it was just a ghostwriter. But yeah, and then they adapted that into season 4. So yeah, that's finished.
So humble of them.
Anyway, the Reddit dive.
Yeah, let's get on to that.
Right. I'll start with a medium Tifu, which, as we all know, could mean literally anything, from I stubbed my toe to I killed my grandpa.
You know, the Wild West of Tifus.
All right. Today I fucked up by uncovering a dark family secret.
All right, that's very vague, and you're going to have to specify, good sir.
All right, folks.
I'm telling the story!
This is unintentional callback, but all right, folks. This is a tale about Heineken beer.
Oh, God.
This beer has always been a staple in my family. Some of my earliest memories are of my father, of him drinking from that iconic green glass with my uncles. My grandfather was a stereotypical strong patriarch of the family. He never drank, but he would spare no expense buying rack after rack of Heineken to keep everyone satisfied at every family event. He passed many, many years ago, but the tradition has been faithfully kept ever since, both as a homage to him and all the wonderful memories we've made with Heineken in hand. My very first beer was a Heineken. I hated it. I've given it plenty of chances since, but every one I've ever had tastes stale and watery. I could never understand why my whole family happened to love them, probably a matter of sophistication. I never told my father because it would have broken his heart. In fact, like a dutiful son, I would always drink one or two to join in with all the other men in the enjoyment of their beloved beer. A few days ago, my father was hosting an event and entrusted me to provide the drinks. I figured, hell, people have been downing the same old beer at these things for 40 years. Let me get some other brews in the mix. I brought plenty of different brands that I love. Sam Adams, Dos Equis, Guinness, Bud Lime, and only one single six-pack of Heineken. I snuck everything into the cooler so no one would figure the small proportion of Heineken in the mix unless they counted, and sat all day marveling at my own mischief. As day turns to night, at the end of the party, I look in the beer cooler. To my satisfaction, every single beer is gone. Except, wait a minute, the 6 Heinekens. Very strange. I told my dad there were some Heinekens left over, bear in mind. He didn't know what I had done. He probably figured a bunch of other ones had been consumed. Dad only drinks for special occasions, so he suggested we give them to my uncle, an infamous lover of the beer. But he'd already left, so we found his son and gave it to him to deliver. The smile immediately left his face when we told him the plan. His eyes went straight to the floor, and despite being a grown man of almost 40, I heard the fear in his voice when he said it. Guys, I gotta be honest with you. My dad can't stand Heineken. We laughed because we figured it must have been a joke, but he kept staring at the floor. The smiles left our faces. We suggested he take it for himself, but he admitted that he also didn't like Heineken. Well, I'm not gonna drink it, my dad said. What? Why not? Yes, you guessed it. He hates Heineken as well.
Oh,
at this point,
no.
I admitted that I shared their opinion and told them what I had done that day. Slowly, the realization of what was going on dawned on all three of us. We went around frantically to all the people at the party asking for their input. Every single one of them hates Heineken. Young, old, father and son, blue collar, white collar, American, foreign born. Not a living soul actually likes this beer. They all just bought it because they thought another guy wanted it. People were distraught. We've all spent so much money buying this overpriced beer for decades because everybody just assumed the other guys liked it, and everyone was too polite to say how much they didn't. All those fond childhood memories with my father and uncle sitting on the porch were now tainted with the knowledge that Heineken objectively sucks. In ceremonial fashion, the final 6 cans were dumped in the backyard. Maybe bottles, I don't know. And the last of their kind to be seen in our household. It eerily felt like a funeral. On the bright side, though, everyone will actually enjoy their drinks at family events from now on. TLDR, I strayed from buying the 40-plus-year-old traditional family beer brand for an event and accidentally uncovered the fact that everyone has always hated it, but nobody wanted to be the one to admit it.
That's fucking hilarious.
I have to wonder why it originally started. Did the father just go out and say, "You guys want beer?" and then buy Heineken and read about it and said, "Oh, thanks." I have to wonder how that tradition started if nobody actually liked it.
I guess it was just to honor the patriarch, but even the patriarch didn't drink. It's just something he bought for them.
Yeah, so I guess he just bought swill beer and then went back and then everybody was too, hey, it's free beer, no one's going to complain, right?
That's fucking crazy, though, that went on for 40 years before they realized that none of them actually liked it.
That's why speaking up is important.
Yeah, speak up to the people in your life.
If somebody would have said, hey, Dad, Heineken sucks, can you get, I don't know, Killian's or...
Yeah. See, us with our brutal honesty wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are too polite for their own good.
Yep. Kevin, would you like to read an Aita that has been locked?
Oh, those are fun.
Even if we can never quite figure out why.
Yes, I will happily read the locked Aita.
Why they're locked, not why they're fun. We know it.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go.
Am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend less food than me when I cook? So I, male 26, am 6'2", 220 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Definitely, but we'll see what he thinks. We'll see his reasoning for why he may not be.
Sure.
So I am male 26, am 6'2", 220 pounds, and being called an asshole by my girlfriend, who is female 23, 5'3", and maybe 130, for not making our plates the same amount when I cook for us or make our plates. She says I should be making even amounts of food for both of us, and I say that she doesn't need as much as I do because she doesn't go to the gym, and she is much smaller, so she needs less food just to stay alive than I do, all things being equal. Also, it's not as if I am starving her, giving her 1/10 of what I'm eating. It might be like half the amount of fries if we're having burgers or something. I feel like the stance is reasonable, but I wanted to ask, am I the asshole? Do I read the edits?
Yeah, why not?
Right. Edit. This blew up much more than I anticipated. I wanted to say that my girlfriend is definitely not going hungry and I'm not withholding food from her or telling her she can't have more. I was looking at the situation in the same way you would give a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old the same amount of food on their plate. If either of them want more, then no one is going to stop them, but that could be coming from how I grew up. And I accept that I am not perfect and most definitely the asshole in this situation. Yeah, so Reddit's pretty, obvious on this one.
Yeah.
Top comment. Why don't you just serve her the amount she wants to eat when you cook for her? ETA a judgment, YTA, but OP has recognized this and growth is good. For everyone saying she's got hands, why doesn't she serve herself like a grown-up? Some people serve themselves. Others, when cooking, plate the meal. Evidently, OP is one of the latter, so if he's plating, he should share out the food appropriately, and more importantly, cook enough food for there to be enough for both of them.
This is very alien to me because this is not a chef plates household. This is a people serve themselves household.
Yeah, so this is just weird to me. But yeah, OP's kind of a dick.
OP is a dick. OP's an asshole.
But he's acknowledged it, and that's the first step.
Yeah. Right. There is a second edit. Sorry if I'm confusing and not clearly using my words. My girlfriend has enough food to eat. Growing up, I was one of those you can't leave the table until you finish your food kids. If someone were to consistently put too much food on my plate, I would eat it all and gain weight, no question about it. So I try not to do that to other people, and we don't eat every meal together, so I couldn't control her diet, even if that was my goal. But it isn't. And some of you are all super freaking mean. I have feelings too.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're projecting. You're projecting your own limitations and your own stuff onto somebody else who clearly thinks you're an asshole for not giving her enough food.
Sure.
So no, you're still an asshole. Fix it.
Really, I think what this speaks to is that plating for other people is just a bad idea.
I mean, that's the most cynical you can.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a culture war here. Who am I kidding? I love getting into culture wars. But I think plating other people's food is a bad idea, and you should just put the food out and let them serve themselves as they may.
I mean,
that's my hot take.
Sure, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for having my back, Kevin. Really appreciate that.
I mean, that's how my house typically operates.
Mm-hmm. For the better.
But yeah, no, anyway. OP is indeed, in this case, the asshole.
Yeah. Okay. Am I the asshole for putting a lock on my stepson's door?
Hmm.
My wife and I have 2 kids, Jaden, M9, and Amelia, F4, but she has a son from a previous relationship, Kian, 17M. Kian does not have a strict visiting schedule, but we see him most weekends. Both of our kids are obsessed with their big brother, especially Jaden. Kian was never too fond of Jaden, and Jaden's obsession with him has only made it worse. It's hard for me because while I hate seeing my son feel rejected, I understand why Kian doesn't appreciate his behavior. Jaden is constantly glued to his side and will rush to Kian's room any hour of the day or night. Of course, we've tried to teach Jaden that if he wants Kian's attention, he has to knock on the door, same as it would if it were our room, but he gets overly excited and forgets. Kian has become reluctant to bring friends or girlfriends over because Jaden never leaves him alone and has to barricade the door with his shoes if he's changing after a shower. He also has considered not spending the night here because Jaden will wake him early in the morning and insist they play outside. My wife and I continue to tell Jaden how inappropriate this is, but Jaden's room is downstairs and Kian is in the basement while my wife Amelia and I are upstairs, so we're not always aware of Jaden's intrusions. My wife thinks this is mostly Kian's fault. He is a brilliant big brother to Amelia, but often pushes Jaden away and has never been very interested in him. So my wife thinks that if he makes more of an effort, Jaden would stop this. I, on the other hand, doubt that while Jaden is ignoring all of his boundaries, Kian will want to spend more time with him. Recently, Kian helped me clear out the garage of my late father's house. While we were there, we joked about the Jaden issue, and he told me that things would be so much easier if he had a lock on his door. I remember being a teenager and how important privacy was to me, so I agreed. I had to buy paintbrushes anyway, so while I was out, I bought Kian a lock, which we fitted to the door. That was over a week ago. But it was only last night that my wife realized that when she saw Jaden throwing things at Kian's door, demanding to get in. She was furious that I was encouraging her son to, quote, lock us out of his life, and said that it was a safety hazard. Okay. I thought that this was the best solution until we can convince Jaden to behave more appropriately. I promise we've tried everything and we haven't given up. It's not a shortcut out of parenting Jaden, but it seemed like the only way to convince Kian to continue to visit regularly. Am I the asshole?
No. Jaden is not respecting boundaries, and the mom is definitely giving favoritism towards Jaden here, and not like this is a pretty clear cut. You're not the asshole for putting that lock on there, because Jaden, straight up, like, you've been trying to get him to respect boundaries for ages now, and it clearly hasn't worked no matter what you do. So the lock was the last resort. And like, the fact that like Jaden is upset about it, it's like, well, motherfucker, I understand you're like, just fucking learn to... Kids need to learn boundaries. And Jaden needs to learn it, especially that. So not the asshole.
Yeah,
not the asshole. Not at all. He said it pretty well.
Yeah, as someone says here, 9 years old is plenty old enough to understand and respect boundaries. I just don't buy that he just gets excited and forgets, especially when his reaction to not getting his way is to chuck things at his door and throw a tantrum.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's very much like... that's
he knows this is not allowed, but he keeps doing it because pushing his way gets him what he wants. And someone says probably because his mother will let him get his way. I bet she knows way more about all the intrusions than she lets on. She just doesn't care.
Yeah. The reaction of like you're trying to push us out of your lives is very telling here.
It's a safety hazard to have a lock on a door.
It's literally the opposite of a safety hazard to have a lock on a door. It is actually more safe to have a lock on a door.
Yeah, the mother seems like a bit of an enabler here.
A bit, just a bit.
Yeah, so not the asshole.
Man, give me some challenging ones.
Okay, fine. It's fucking here. No, that's the same. God damn. Why did I swear my copy paste works like 70% of the time. It's really weird.
You've mentioned it. Oh boy, it's another wedding one. And this one has so many fucking awards.
Yeah, it's got hundreds of awards. And it's locked, so there's that.
Oh boy. Oh
a good sign
boy.
For drama.
Am I the asshole for storming off from my sister's wedding after she dead-named my son? Gee, I wonder. I'm a 45-year-old single father of 3. Their mom died 10 years ago. I have 3 sons, 17-year-old Andrew, 15-year-old Connor, and 14-year-old Max. Connor was born female, he is trans. He came out as trans 5 years ago and has now socially transitioned, yet not yet physically. My sister, 38 female, just got married. Me and my sons were also invited. My family has known that Connor is trans for 2 years now, some have adjusted well, some not so much. My sister is pretty indifferent about it. Her wedding was really super well organized to the last detail. She wanted all the men to wear shirt and tie and then women's sundresses. I texted her a picture of our outfits the day before the wedding, and she said, "Where's Nia's dress?" I was a bit surprised and told her not to dead name my son, and that he'll be wearing a shirt and tie like the rest of the men there or we aren't coming. She said fine, and that was it. At the reception, my sister got mad that Connor was wearing a tie, but didn't say much after that. When we sat down at our table, the card Nia. Typed that weird. Anyway, I went to my sister and she said she used their real name. I told her me and the boys are leaving and she told me, "Don't you dare cause a scene at my wedding. Nia can be a guy any other day." I called her a bigot and we left. My family says I ruined her wedding. Good.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think being trans has cheat days.
Right.
No, you're not the asshole, OP. She's being a fucking cunt. Oh my god. Top comment lays it out. Top comment lays it out pretty well. He can be a man any other day? What a ridiculous thing to say. Well, sister theoretically could be an asshole any other day too, yet here we are. You're not the asshole. Good on you for standing up to her in support of your son. Oh
what a
my
stupid logic.
That's ridiculous.
The trans cheat days.
You can be a man any other day. What the fuck?
Oh, that's not the asshole.
What is this fucking shit people come up with in their brains to justify their bigotry? Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's continue the theme. Another fucking wedding one.
Oh, fuck.
Am I the asshole for wearing the same color as the bride as the wedding harpist and not changing? So I, female, 18, was asked to play the harp at a friend of a father's wedding. Friend of my father's, that makes more sense. Normally I would ask for payment beforehand, but since it was a family friend, they asked that if they could just pay me at the reception. I told them sure. The dates worked out for me, and it was set for in a church for about an hour from my house. I showed the dress I planned to wear to the bride, and we went over the music she wanted at the rehearsal, but only on a hanger. It looks like it would be ugly on a hanger, as it's just navy blue with long sleeves and floor length, but it's surprisingly pretty. I got to the venue about 4 hours early, so my harp would have time to acclimate to the room. Whatever the fuck that means.
I guess?
I guess harps are just like that, I guess.
Harpmonics, I guess.
Yeah, it's gotta adjust to the room like it's a fucking juice box or something. When I got there, the bride's mother came to give me my corsage. And when she saw me, she demanded that I change my dress. I laughed because I've known her for years and I realized she wasn't joking. I asked what was wrong with it, and she said that the bride went with a non-traditional dress that was also navy blue. I panicked a little because this was her wedding and I felt really bad, but she and her groom had approved it twice now. I told the mother and she asked if I had any other color I could change into. I don't really bring extra dresses unless my dress somehow doesn't get approved beforehand, so I didn't. She then told me to go to the bridal shop 20 minutes away and buy a new dress. I refused because those dresses would cost about what I was getting paid for this wedding, and I told her I couldn't afford it. I felt bad, but she begrudgingly walked away. The actual wedding went smoothly, and afterward everyone else left the church and congratulated the bride. I stopped to talk to her. I explained what the mother-in-law said, and she said it was fine and that they weren't thinking when they approved my dress. At the reception, I talked to the mother-in-law about payment, and she refused to pay me. I didn't want to cause a scene, but the bride came over and heard us talking. This time, she was also upset with me and refused to pay me. I don't know what to do.
So I didn't know what to do. As my parents were busy and couldn't attend this wedding, I didn't have anyone there to back me up. A lot of people assume harpists come from a lot of money, which is because of how expensive harps are. But I've been renting a harp since 4th grade, and when my teacher passed away, we bought it for an amazing deal. I also charge a lot less than most musicians would, but I have a college payment due in a few days, and I can't afford it. I got my parents involved when I got home, and my dad talked to his friend, the father of the groom, who was there when they approved the dress, and he got the payment to me. I still feel really bad, but I don't think there was anything I could have done. Should I have just sucked it up and bought a new dress? Am I the asshole?
Am I crazy for thinking that the bride was being incredibly fucking petty?
No. This is...
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, you're like, every bride, every groom wants their wedding to be perfect, but sometimes shit don't go that way, and trying to force somebody into a severe financial situation in order to make them happy when it completely defeats the purpose of them being there is a little much to ask.
Yeah, how dare we share the same fucking dress color? How dare you?
Yeah.
You're ruining my wedding. That's so dumb.
I don't like or get wedding cultures at all.
Yeah, this is just the bride was being like super fucking petty.
It just seems like the weddings just always seem like the peak of arbitrary bullshit to me.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, not the asshole. Get that paper. This one's not a wedding one, but it is a marriage one. So
it's wedding adjacent.
Yeah. Wedding eventually, maybe. No, god damn it! Why doesn't my copy and paste work? I hate this fucking... This laptop is poopy. It's a poopy laptop. There you go.
Pee-pee poo-poo.
Why are you typing? What the fuck are you typing?
Sorry, I accidentally clicked your screen name. Anyway, am I the asshole for getting mad at my grandma for telling my dad that I'm getting married?
Read that again.
Am I the asshole for getting mad at my grandma for telling my dad that I'm getting married?
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I read that right both times.
No, I know. I just had to process it.
So when I, 24 female, was like 8, I broke a vase that was precious to my stepmom. I don't think she ever liked me, but she was like... fuck, this is so fucking weirdly typed. I don't think she ever liked me, but she was like, to my dad, it's me or it's her. What are quotation marks? I thought for sure my dad would choose me because I was so close to him, but that night he told me I was going to Grandma's. I honestly didn't believe it till I got there and he left me, and I guess that just changed something in me. He phoned every day and tried to see me every day too, and at first I pretended to be happy, but I wasn't because I wasn't home. I know that I stopped pretending pretty fast, and looking back I acted apathetic to him, like not angry or sad, just emotionless. I know sometimes I heard him complain to Grandma about me acting so differently than before. When I was 9, I told my grandma I wanted to move in with her full-time because I started hating phone calls and visits from my dad. Even though she had a tiny apartment, she said yes. Honestly, I slept in the same bed as her till I moved in with my fiancé. Don't care though, because she's my mama. And it was better than having my own room and having to deal with him every day. My mom and I have become super close, and she enrolled me in after-school stuff so I could avoid my dad. Oh, God. And contact just ended there, and I'm thankful for it because I didn't have to be there for him. Like, a few years ago, stepmom gave birth, and there was a big celebration, and I'm so happy I'm nowhere in sight that I haven't even seen the kid yet.
This is too stream of consciousness.
What is going on in this story? Go ahead.
I'd really only see him on birthdays or when he came to my grandma's home or when I was there. My fiancé had a low-key proposal a week ago, and I told my mom, my uncle, mom's cousin, and my grandma. Now my grandma knows how little I talk to my dad and how out of the loop I keep him. So it was a surprise when I got a phone call from my dad inviting me to a family dinner so I could introduce my fiancé and meet my baby brother. I made up an excuse, cause screw that! It was obviously Grandma who told him, and I got mad at her and ended up yelling at her. I got a text from my dad like an hour ago, which chastised me for taking out my issues with him on Grandma. As much as I hate to say it, he may be right about that. No.
I can barely process what the fuck I just heard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with no.
No, I think no.
That was kind of a hard read and follow too.
Yeah.
Like,
my advice to you is to take a writing course.
my advice to you is to also fix your fucking relationships in your family.
Yeah.
Zeke, I have a question.
Yeah.
What does it mean when a comment is highlighted in red and it has a shooting star next to it?
That I think that means that it was awarded.
Yeah. So
like,
this has 45 awards and is the top comment. Not the asshole, but please text your dad back. You chose your wife over an 8-year-old child. That was the day I stopped being your daughter. Please don't contact me again because I have no desire to have a relationship with you in any way. Then call or text your grandma and tell her you do not want her to tell your father anything, or you'll have to put her on an info diet.
Yeah, I believe that happens specifically when a post reaches a certain award and upvote threshold. It's like a hot post. It's like a hot comment.
Yeah, it's like the hottest comment here.
Yeah. So no,
But
I guess.
Not the asshole.
Yeah.
Your father is having extreme favoritism and dropped your ass off for a petty reason, and your grandma had a breach of trust moment.
Yeah.
Yep, that's honestly, I think, a better way to assess it than I was going to assess. Just fix your shit, dog.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I will read now a tale of petty revenge.
Yes.
Ooh, I love petty revenge.
Don't want to pay for your tile work? Fine, I'll repossess it. This story is my dad's, not mine, but he's no longer here to tell it, and honestly, he'd tell it much better than me. I'll give it a go. Obligatory first post, mobile, blah, blah, blah. My dad was a master tile man back in the 60s to the 90s in Florida. How it worked back then, before cookie-cutter neighborhoods sucked the soul out of entire communities, is that each house was customized through the builder and contractor. The subcontractors like tiling, plumbing, electrical, etc. went through the contractor. My dad had a really good reputation as a craftsman, and some people asked him directly. This particular home was being built by the owner, and he chose all his subcontractors and acted as the contractor himself. Since my dad had the discounts, he purchased the tile himself, then built it back out with the labor after the job was complete. The funny thing, though, owner wasn't in any hurry to pay the bills. Liens were filed, other legal actions were threatened by my father and other subcontractors. My father had finally had enough, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. The owner's wife, who may or may not have known about the bills not being paid, asked him to come over to reseal some of the tile in the master bathroom. Kind of the nerve, if you ask me. But Dad showed up. Only, he didn't have a bucket of sealant with him. He had a hammer and a chisel. Since he'd paid for the tile, he figured it was his tile, and he started chiseling it out piece by piece. He knew he'd eat the cost of that tile, but he didn't care. The woman called her husband, who wisely stayed away. The mess made the bathroom completely unusable, of course, but the pettiest part is that he'd already put the word out that this guy did not pay his bills. And believe me, my dad knew everyone in the construction business back then. They couldn't get anyone to come in and redo the bathroom, so the guy had to eat a big helping of humble pie, show up with a check for the full amount owed, plus materials for the new work, and Dad's price per square foot went way up. Christmas was really good that year.
Nice. Oh, that is so fucking good. Oh, man.
That's amazing.
Yep.
This is why connections are so important, because, like, you know, when somebody does do stuff like this to you, it's nice to have an army of people who you can utilize to make sure that your punishments stick, that your good name sticks, things like that. It's something we've really lost with internet culture, is that we just don't talk to people anymore.
Strength in numbers.
We don't build those relationships anymore.
Kevin, here's another
shit by themselves. You ain't strong.
Yeah. Kevin, here's another locked thread.
Oh boy. Am I the asshole for refusing to get my son a car because of his weight?
Wait for what?
Okay.
There's one way you're not the asshole in this. Go ahead.
Alright. I have 3 kids. 16 girl, 19 boy, and 24 boy.
That's not how you format this! Go on.
I raised them to be fit and healthy, but sadly my 19-year-old son gained a lot of weight after leaving secondary school with bad grades and he struggled to keep a job. He is not hugely overweight, but it is upsetting to me as I was always careful with their food and taught them to make healthy choices. I bought my 24-year-old son a car for his 20th birthday, and I promised to do the same for my 19-year-old, but only if he was able to lose the weight and keep a job. He claimed these conditions were unfair because 24-year-old didn't have to do anything for their car, but he kept himself fit and moved out of the house at 18, so he was not a financial drain on me at the time. Oh, God.
Sorry.
Wow.
Visceral reaction.
Ooh. He accepted the conditions in the end. Yeah, because you strong-armed him.
What was he gonna do? Say no?
The reason I added a weight loss requirement for the car is just for an extra motivation for him. He is 5'11" and 210 pounds. I know it's not morbidly obese, but it is awful seeing him gain all this weight when he used to be so skinny. He hates his appearance and wants a girlfriend, but he is not confident. Maybe this is not PC these days, but I don't believe in body positivity, and I think if you're overweight, you need to lose weight as soon as possible. I'm worried he will develop a food addiction and get even bigger. The car will make him walk less and make fast food even more accessible, and that is the last thing he needs. Anyway, this was 6 months ago, and his birthday is next month. The attempts to lose weight don't last long, and I think he is down 10 pounds at most. However, he has managed to get and keep a job for the last 3 months, which is great, but it's still not very long and he is still lazy, playing video games and eating too much. I told him last night...
personally attacked here. Anyway, go ahead.
I told him last night I wasn't going to get him the car for his birthday, but he could maybe have the car in another 6 months if he managed to put serious effort into fixing his weight problem and being more healthy and managed to keep the job. He was very upset with me and locked himself in his room. He feels that 24-year-old is the favorite and he is treated unfairly. This is not true, but unfortunately 24-year-old has a drug problem, and I've had to bail him out of situations and sent him to rehab twice. This is very expensive, but rehab was a life or death thing. A car isn't. He said that I think being a crackhead is fine, but being fat isn't, but that isn't true at all. But
damn!
Yeah.
Clap back! Oh, shit!
But that isn't true at all. I care about both of their health, and being fat will cause serious health problems in the future, too. Am I the asshole here? I feel bad for upsetting him, but at this point, I think the car would do more harm than good. He hasn't stuck to the conditions we agreed and improved his unhealthy lifestyle. Edit clarifying a few things. I have asked him about therapy. He is not interested. At the time I bought 24-year-old the car, I was not aware of his drug problem and he was employed. My concern with obesity and body positivity is about health. I don't think fat people should hate themselves.
I read the edits.
So, I'm going to ignore all the haughty ways that you, hammed up his voice for this to make him sound like the biggest asshole possible. Because that's some CNN shit right there.
He does that.
But have you been on this podcast before?
Sure, I know, but I think in this case it wasn't 100% deserved. I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, you bailed a person out for life-threatening issues, and you're not going to do the same because it might cause life-threatening issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit just don't make no fucking sense.
Okay, so, first of all, I totally agree with the body positive. I think, you know, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're just not attractive, period. And that doesn't mean you can't be overweight. That just means, you know, the overweight, the people who are grossly overweight, who have never made an attempt to help themselves become healthy and to take care of themselves, it's not just about the weight. It's usually about other habits that they have.
Sure.
And I don't think that's attractive, and it's certainly not healthy from a physical or mental perspective. I mean, look how many fat people are depressed and lonely because they're like. We should try to tell people to avoid that shit. So I'm also not a huge believer. I mean, I'm not going to actively be rude to people who wait because I don't know what story is, but I'm not going to sit here and praise them like they're beautiful.
Okay, so I need to read the edits because there is some good clarification in both of these.
Okay, good.
Edit number 2. Wow, this blew up and now my comments are buried. Please stop making silly comments like, she doesn't care about drug addiction as long as he's skinny. You have no idea how wrong that is. My son's drug addiction has ruined our lives for the last 3 years, and I did literally everything I could, financially or otherwise, to help him stop. Now I have no choice but to just detach myself from his addiction. People have asked if I set a goal for 19-year-old's weight loss. The goal was a healthy weight, and he is not near that. He gained 40 to 50 pounds in the last 2 years and told me he wanted to lose it all. Final edit. A lot of people are hell-bent on misunderstanding me. I love my kids and I don't want to give them body image issues. I guess I have been overly focused on his weight issue due to my own past eating disorder and fear that he will become unhealthy in the future and that I will have failed both of them. That's like the major clarification I was talking about, because like that explains quite a bit of like the mindset going on here.
Sure.
I decided to get him the car if he is still at his job by the time of his 20th birthday in a month. I'll still do my best to help him lose weight if he wants that, but I know he has to be self-motivated to do it. If he wants to focus on his health, he can decide that for himself. He has a doctor's appointment soon. Maybe hearing it from the doctor will be better than from me. Thank you for those who wrote up helpful comments. I'm getting therapy for myself to go through these things. Well, I'm glad that OP came around at the end, and yeah, the fact that there is a lot of projection going on due to, like, personal issues with their own weight in the past with an eating disorder does kind of make a lot of sense here.
Yeah, I'm glad they recognize their issues. For me, I just fucking hate their entire fucking outlook on parenting, so...
I do too.
I can't really look at this subjectively. I can't really look at this objectively. Like, I'm glad that... I'm glad they're recognizing that they were... Let's be fair. Pretty blatantly showing favoritism here. I mean, if you don't want to give him a car, don't give him. If you don't want to give him a car, don't give him a car. But like, at least own it, you know. But like, yeah, I'm glad that you recognize your issues. But like, I just do not share this mindset at all. So, I can only give like a soft YTA, which is like, because I just don't think you're a good parent.
I think there's more fundamental issues than the issue at hand.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're an asshole not because of the situation necessarily. I mean, kind of. Yeah. You are, but I think you're more of an asshole just because you've made terrible parenting choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just this. I like, she says it, but I feel very little love from this post. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot of...
Yes.
I see a lot of transactions happening. I don't see a lot of love. You know, this is not a family I'd like to be in, and for that reason, like, just a soft YTA. Because you are recognizing your problems, but at the same time, you're probably not going to change your like actual mindset about this, or that you're just being more fair about it. So it's like, yeah, you're not for me. I'll just say that much. We don't get along, you and me. But good luck on the things. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, I saved a lot of like unrelated to the podcast stuff. All
right, what's next?
I'll read a rant/vent from our Raised by Narcissists.
Ooh, boy, here we go.
My mom is refusing to tell her vacation guests, my siblings, that there is no place to sleep and no AC in their vacation home.
Oh, no.
Rant voice going, she is pissed. I am going to, quote, ruin her vacation by informing them that it's ridiculous. Everyone is testing positive and throwing up, which sucks, as I wish they would just social distance. My mom still went through with the vacation, even though it's through our family friend, so it's a legitimate thing, and they were just asking my mom to go there since their sorry, I can't read that fast right now. I'm bad today. Their Airbnb guests canceled. So she FaceTimed me, and I noticed they had 7 fans going throughout the house, and I said there was no AC? No, not in one room. And a lot of the windows are painted shut. What the fuck? Then she showed me the grand finale. The old bedroom from the 70s with one twin mattress. One 50-year-old mattress.
Was this house owned by, like, the witch from the fucking Hansel and Gretel story?
I know, right?
Like, what the fuck?
The only other furniture in this house is an armchair and a wingback. Where the hell are the other 3 adults supposed to sleep? She doesn't care. Told her she should at least give them a heads up about it. No. She told me that don't you dare ruin this vacation. What? She's so inconsiderate and irrational. She should at least give them a heads up about it. I don't know if I made it.
Oh. Go ahead.
I don't know if I made it clear in the post, but I'm not going. I'm in my 3rd trimester. I'm not supposed to be traveling. Edit. I called my brother to inform the guests, and he still wants to go? I guess it's his choice. I can't really force anything. He said all he needs is a pillow and he'll sleep on the floor. Okay. Also, they invited their friends, so in total it's like another 8 to 12 people going with only one twin mattress. Interesting to see how that plays out. I think there'll be some very grumpy people come Sunday.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Come to our vacation home. No one's lived in it since the 70s.
I'm just like, my whole thing is like, don't you dare ruin this vacation. The vacation is going to be ruined the second people get there and they realize there's nowhere to sleep and there's no AC in the middle of summer.
The premise of this vacation was already ruined from the start. It was pre-ruined.
You know, I was just reading, there was a local story on last some people who had bought a vacation home from like one of those big, like, you know, home share websites or whatever, and apparently that website does not check the properties in person. They just go by whatever photos they send them. And so these people paid $15,000 for 3 days in a home in, like, you know, next to the beach in some exotic location. They come in and there's like a paint can holding up one of the legs of the bed. Like several of the furniture pieces are just smashed and there's dirt and pizza crusts everywhere. And I'm just like, how can you people do this?
Like, damn, bitch, you live like this?
All right, they left after 2 days and ended up calling back the company, and they said, well, because your complaint was filed too late, we can't do anything for you. So, I mean, there's the rentable houses to me feel like exotic UAE sports cars. They are essentially a ripoff to basically siphon money away from oil barons.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that shit feels to me.
By the way, speaking of driving, I want to make a clarification about last episode.
Yeah, the one we recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that one. I realize now, after paying attention to what I do in the car, that like I actually do 9 to 3 when it matters, like when I'm turning a lot, but a lot of my driving is in like very low speed areas where I'm just on the same stretch for a long time, and that's when I'll do like the grab the lower, I'll just like hang on to the lower handles and make small adjustments. So I just want to clarify that I do 9-3 when it matters, when I'm actually turning and shit.
Oh, I just do 9 to 3 all the time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, well, if I'm on the same road for like 10 minutes, I don't feel the need to like have them that high. I just hang on to the bottom. Anyway, did you read that or did I read that? I forget what happened.
You read that. Oh wait, no.
No.
Yeah, no, you read that.
I take off for my boss. I can't read.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did read that. That's what this is. Yes, Kevin.
Yeah, I read the one beforehand about a car.
Yeah. Read this one.
Am I the asshole for shredding my mother-in-law's list of visitation time? I'm prefacing this by saying that my F-32 husband, M34, is the only child in the family.
F-32? That's really cool. I can go ride in it? Anyway.
Yeah.
My mom always wanted a grandbaby, and unfortunately she was never able to become a grandmother as my husband was married before, and his ex was unable to have kids. He also tried adoption while single, but couldn't. When we found out that we were expecting, mother-in-law couldn't believe it. She started visiting daily, didn't do that in the past, started bringing stuff for the baby, and paid a lot of money. My son is now 4 weeks old. Mother-in-law retired right after he was born and told us she was making herself free and available for her grandbaby. She stayed with me for a whole 2 weeks and only went home recently. Those 2 weeks were unbearable, with her being all over me just to get to the baby. I was getting fed up, but I kept my mouth shut and played nice. Then she started complaining about missing her grandbaby and not being able to see him every day and watch him grow. She sent me a list called Visitation Time. In this list, she mentions all the times when we're expected to bring the baby to her, 5 days a week, and spending the weekend with her, hours from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and saying she had a bottle ready for feeding and a closet full of diapers. Not just that, but she wants him overnights on Monday and Wednesday.
That's for a different reason. Wait, what?
Good lord. Not just
the closet
that.
of diapers is unrelated.
Yeah, closet of diapers completely unrelated to what the topic at hand.
What the fuck?
So was the
I just thought it was a
really
strange line. I felt like chiming in.
No,
Go ahead.
You're good. You're good. Where was... Hold up. Where the fuck was... Okay. Not just that, but she wants him overnight, Monday and Wednesday. That's 2 nights a week. Now, as a new mom, I couldn't imagine having my newborn son away from me for that long, and especially overnight. I called her to give her my response, which is a no, but she ranted about how I need to loosen up and stop being unreasonable and emotionally too attached.
To your baby?
To your baby?
What the fuck?
This pissed me off, not gonna lie. So I took her list and used scissors to shred it into pieces. I took a picture of the paper shredded and sent it to her, hoping she'd get the message and get how serious I am about my no. Apparently she cried to my husband and the whole family because they claimed I was trying to keep her one and only grandbaby away from her after she waited for so long to have him, and my husband went on me after coming home from work to call my move childish and pathetic. I still keep getting backlash over this, and now I'm starting to think maybe I'm in the wrong for how I behaved the entire interaction with her, but I was just trying to enforce my boundaries after she brushed them off. Am I the asshole? Guys?
Hold
Guys.
on, fucking,
Is she the asshole?
I fucking unplugged my headset 1 second.
Okay.
Damn it, fucking.
I can't comprehend this.
I don't understand why the entire family is taking the mother-in-law's side on this. Like...
Yeah.
I just don't get it. No, OP, you're not the asshole, but... Holy fucking shit. What's wrong with your family? Top comment, 10 awards, removed. But now I don't know what top comment is.
You know that's the best top comment when it gets fucking removed.
That was a hot fucking take. Zeke, where the fuck are you? Zeke, help
We'll
me.
be right back after these messages. This
After
stream is brought to you
these
by
messages.
Ray. Is it going to be Raycon or is it going to be Raid Shadow Legends? You find next episode.
Technical difficulties. Zeke will be right back, so stay tuned. I'm going to pause it real quick, and when Zeke is back, we will continue.
Anyway, not the asshole. Your mother-in-law's creepy.
Yeah, your mother-in-law's got some fucking issues, and I don't know why the entire family is on her side. It's very clearly a breach of privacy, and I love the whole thing about... I love the whole thing about you're way too attached to your own baby.
Baby. Yeah, what the fuck?
So much projection going on.
Says
I can
the
only
lady.
assume...
Yes, you're right. You want to know what that's called, mother? Nature!
I can only assume that she's not sharing the extent of this visitation time with the rest of the family, because this is ridiculous. Like,
it really is.
It's like 7 hours a day and overnight 2 of those days for 5 days a week. That's fucking... she's spending more time with them than it is with their own parents. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, no, not the asshole. Also, I'm not sure if you caught it, but top comment was removed.
Yeah, I caught that, yeah.
Alright, I just wanted you to know that. But yeah, not the asshole, OP. You're good, you're good. Your family's fucking crazy.
Your family is a little nuts.
Yeah.
A little.
Come join mine. We're crazy, but in a good way.
Yeah, see, there's crazy in a good way and there's crazy in a bad way. Your family is crazy in a bad way, OP.
Ours is the kind that will sit there and legitimately enjoy a game of Trivial Pursuit kind of crazy. But,
Wow, fuck yeah, I'm in.
All right. Medium Tifu time.
Oh, medium Tifu. The most
Today,
brand.
Yep. Today I fucked up by acting like a child predator at my son's daycare.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Throwaway account, because this feels weird. This happened a few years ago while dropping my son off at his daycare for picture day. He was 3 years old at the time. I was a part-time stay-at-home dad at the time, which gave me a fantastic opportunity to bond with my kids from the time they were born. My son was absolutely glued to my side for the first 4 to 5 years of his life. So it's picture day at his daycare, but it falls on a day when he usually stays home with me. Not wanting to miss having his picture taken, I bring him to the daycare so he can participate. The photo area was set up outside, and the scene was a little chaotic when we arrived. My son was a little overwhelmed and didn't want to leave my side to get his picture taken. His teacher suggested I leave him with them and drive around the other side of the building, out of line of sight, so that he thinks he's being dropped off. He generally did fine with drop-offs, and if he was a little sad, it would only last a minute or two, so this sounded like a great idea. I left him with his teacher, got in my car, drove around to the other side of the building, but since I worry, I wanted to make sure he was okay. I began to slowly walk up behind a row of cars to try to get a look. I was ducking behind cars. I was ducking behind cars so he would not see me. A teacher had brought him over to the playground to let him play for a couple of minutes while another class was getting their pictures taken, so I had to keep inching forward to see him, but kept ducking to stay down out of sight. After about 4 to 5 minutes of creeping, 3 police officers pulled into the parking lot, lights, no sirens, and quickly approached my location. Now, I live in a very small town in the US, and 3 police cars is about half of my town's police force. The ship's supervisor was one of the responding officers, and she happened to know me well because of my job with a different law enforcement agency, and she immediately said, "User Chester for a day, is that you?" I'm assuming she didn't actually say that. Oh, hi, Sergeant Supervisor, what's going on? And she immediately informed me that an elderly neighbor who lives next to the daycare saw me acting suspiciously from her kitchen window and got concerned that I was going to kidnap one of the children. Only one. Amateur. I explained my situation, and everything was confirmed with the daycare staff. The officers even stayed for a group photo with the entire daycare and the staff, so thankfully my fuck-up is memorialized forever.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Top comment, I'm sorry, but this is hilarious.
No, this is funny as hell. Yeah, that's a medium Tifu right there. Yeah, that's a solid medium Tifu.
Another comment, I swear elders just stare out windows all day. I know that's what I'm going to be doing when I'm 85.
It's called people watching.
Mm-hmm. My fuck-up is immortalized forever.
I love that, God. Yeah, OP lacks a little bit of social awareness here, I think.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Would you?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. This is absolutely something I would do without thinking about it.
And then, like, you only realize what exactly you're doing when the police come.
Yeah. That's how it goes. And unfortunately, I don't have connections with the Force, so probably won't go as well for me.
Yeah, true. This guy got lucky because he knew somebody on the Force.
Mm-hmm. Which might be easy since his force apparently consists of about 10 people.
Reddit user Chester for a day, what are you doing here?
I just find it funny picturing her actually saying that in real life. Anyway.
Xbox Live user XXX Bongmaster 420 XXX, what are you doing here?
Is that you? Is that you?
That's funny. Kevin, why don't you read this one?
I mean, I could.
Wrong channel. There we go. Oh, God! Why does this not work?
It keeps happening!
This one.
Am I the outlaw?
I don't know.
I misread that.
Are you?
Am I the asshole?
This town's not big enough for two assholes.
Am I the asshole for blowing up at my husband for messing with my alarm and causing me to miss my exam?
In fairness, I want to point out for the audience that the user is actually named Charlie Outlaw.
Yeah, that was just some straight up fucking dyslexia on my end. My bad.
Still really funny though.
Yep. Hello!
Hello!
Yeah, I love that.
Hello!
Hello!
I, female 23, have been married to my husband, M26, for a year.
Oh, it's one of those girls named Charlie. Oh, why do people do that? You know they're calling girls Ryan now? That's weird. That's weird to me.
Our neighbor was named Ryan. Not our neighbor, but our mayor. Excuse me.
Oh. Go on.
Can I read?
Yes. Yeah, I just have hang-ups, Kevin.
No, fuck you.
Okay.
These are not girls' names, Kevin. We need to talk about this for at least an hour.
No! Not today.
Yeah. Tune in next episode. Middle segment. Names that shouldn't be girls' names.
Anyway, as we were, I'm in my last year of university and been so busy for the last 2 weeks with many projects and finals looming. My husband complains from seeing me studying and not doing activities together or hanging out with friends anymore. I've told him it's not going to last forever and that I need to focus because this is my last year and it's been the hardest. The day before the exam, he wanted me to go with him to a friend's birthday party. I refused because I was busy preparing for my exam. He pleaded with me, saying it's just 1 hour, and talked about how his friends will be upset if I'm not there. I said no and shut down any further discussions. He got upset and called me selfish and inconsiderate, but then dropped it. Before I went to bed, I set my alarm clock like I always do since I'm a heavy sleeper and I stay up late studying. The next morning, I woke up at 9 a.m. I literally freaked out and checked my alarm and found that it was set to go off at 9:30 a.m. I had no idea how this happened until my husband told me he did this to repay me for refusing to take one hour to attend the party, so he took this hour from my time. I couldn't believe it.
What a salty fucking bitch.
Oh yeah, this is super fucking petty. Whoa. I had no idea how this... Yeah, hold on. I couldn't believe it, and I absolutely blew up at him, just yelling and screaming at him left and right. He just stood there shocked from my reaction and my rage. I got dressed quickly and rushed to the university. They didn't let me into the exam hall. I got into a lot of hassle to get them to reschedule the exam, especially since I had no legit reason as to why I was late. It was awful is all I can say. I went home and my husband and I stopped speaking to each other. He kept acting as if I hurt his feelings and traumatized him by yelling, and that I deserved what he did since he was frustrated with my continual refusal to attend all events for the past 2 weeks. I might be wrong for not considering it, but I think that my exams should be a priority, and his way of teaching me a lesson was not right. No, fuck that dude. Correct. Yeah, no, you are completely in the right here.
I wonder if this guy also posted in petty revenge stories, thinking that thinking that this was like petty revenge, and then people just dunked on him.
I hope so.
Because this sounds like it. Like the other end is like, I'm gonna get my revenge.
Yeah,
but
I'm getting the distinct impression that he doesn't care about you.
Yeah, it really doesn't sound like
not in this comment.
Yeah, no,
definitely not. Yeah,
yeah. If you can't understand why your final exams are important, then I'm not hopeful about the rest of your marriage.
All right, let's move down to top comments. NTA. Holy shit, your husband wanted to actively ruin your future because of a fucking party you couldn't attend? What kind of husband would do shit like that? That is so fucking petty. I think he deserved a lot more than just being yelled at. I would have kicked him out immediately. There is a deleted comment in between.
Divorce!
There is a deleted comment in between, but there is another comment. My husband and I started dating around the time of my second This is not OP, by the way. My husband and I started dating around the time of my second master's and got married after I had completed it. Now I'm in a PhD program. Through all of it, I've had to work insanely hard, but never had the man complained once. Your partner should be understanding of the importance of your education and career. Not the asshole OP, but I strongly suggest rethinking living with this man.
Yeah, it sounds like he wants a party girl, and that is not OP. So,
yeah, definitely married the wrong person if he's just looking for someone to go out and party with all the guys and gals. Like, this is someone who is looking forward to, like, making something of themselves in, like, the workforce and trying to, like, create them for themselves.
This is a career woman.
Yeah, like, a career opportunities. And this dude, in the most petty fucking fashion, jeopardized that because she wouldn't go to one party for 1 hour.
In fairness, though, his first mistake was marrying a girl named Charlie. That's not a girl's name. So
See, that's the real problem here.
Red flag. Not the asshole, though.
Find you a guy who will marry you because... I don't know, fuck it.
There's a joke there somewhere, but you're not the man to find
it. There's a... Man... In a rare moment, I'm going to abstain from making the joke.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Ooh, that only makes me more curious what it was. You can't do this to me.
I'll tell you in DM, sugar.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it. All right. I will read now a tale of professional revenge.
Puts on his black gloves, grabs his 9mm. Let's go.
Mother takes down homeowners association from the inside.
Yeah, fuck them landlords.
My neighborhood does not have a homeowners association. At least, not anymore. When my parents first moved in, my oldest sibling, maybe 2 years old, and with me as a little glowworm, there was an HOA. They took money from the neighborhood in exchange for their services. At first, and for quite a while, my parents just kind of shrugged it off. The HOA shoveled the snow off the streets in winter and dealt with the trash collection. So, I mean, they were doing something worthwhile, right? Ha! No! The city controlled the snowplows and the garbage trucks, not the homeowners association. But still, there was the illusion of effort. And besides, one summer they decided to contact the company to plant new trees all over the neighborhood. The fact that the company was also owned by the son of the head of the HOA was totally coincidental. Those trees, however, were the beginning of the end for the homeowners association. Why?
Hold on. Can we make a shitty horror movie where the trees are just like done in like black and white, like looking up at, kind of ominous villain?
Yeah.
Like, the trees will doom us all.
Sounds good. My grandma on my dad's side was visiting when they came around to plant the trees. My grandma, who is a certified master gardener, and so she stared out the windows of our house as the guys planting the trees just kind of dropped the saplings on the grass, still with their roots inside the bag they came in. No holes dug, no holes cut, just a bagged sapling lying on the grass like a pathetic and sad stick. The saplings laid there all night. No one came back to actually do their job and plant them. My master gardener grandmother mentioned offhand that those saplings were going to die unless they got in the soil. And something clicked in my mother's head. She was paying the HOA money, actual money, every month while both she and my dad worked, taking care of 2 very little kids, sending us to daycare and preschool, and arranging babysitters and feeding us, and the homeowners association was just going to pull this half-ass bullshit instead of doing what she's paying them for. No fucking way. So she showed up to the head of the HOA's house and basically demanded that the trees get planted properly, like she's apparently paying for them to. The head of the HOA, so excited for someone actually caring about the neighborhood, made their second mistake. They asked Mom if they wanted to join the HOA. She agreed. The trees were planted, but most didn't make it. My grandmother was right. First things first, my mother showed up to the next HOA meeting. There were like maybe 5 people there. No wonder they asked Mom to join. They desperately needed the people. So Mom looked at this collection of white people, herself included, who weren't even paying money to the HOA like the rest of the neighborhood. All of the contractors the HOA called in were close relatives of other HOA members and weren't paid by the HOA. After all, they're family. So my mom started digging. She spent pretty much a full summer taking down the HOA before she had to go back to teaching in the fall. She carted along
yes, the casual summer done taking down an entire homeowners association.
Yeah,
It's just the casual summer plan.
As you do.
Then I had to go back and be a teacher, so I couldn't meddle anymore. Go ahead.
With me carted along after her and my sibling old enough to be in school or daycare, she dug through years of paperwork detailing the HOA's financial situations, and she found something extremely enlightening. The HOA didn't actually do anything. Well, they didn't do anything of benefit to the community. Everything they claimed to do was either covered by the individual homeowner or by the city itself. So they were collecting money from all of the neighborhood residents under false pretenses, and actually, they weren't even supposed. And actually, they weren't even supposed to be in our neighborhood. Their association zone was a whole different neighborhood. So, what is a working mother of 2 small children to do while her husband is off at work and she's off for the summer? She goes door to door with pamphlets. Me and my siblings in a stroller. She weaves her way through the neighborhood.
Weapon of a white woman.
Pamphlets. Weaves her way through the neighborhood blocks. Pamphlets explaining the situation and
I'm
how
getting
to
a
stop.
postal vibe from this. Hey, will you sign this? Hey, will you sign this petition?
Yeah. How to stop paying for services that you
blows their head off.
Yep. Pamphlets that are, of course, written in both English and Spanish to account for the high amount of Latino and Hispanic people in our neighborhood. And naturally, she got a lawyer and an accountant. If it put a major dent in her pocket, but if it meant the entire neighborhood wasn't exploited for money every month, it was worth every penny. Another HOA member helped her sift through the documents and data and pass up pamphlets and encourage people to show up to the meetings, but had to back out because of work-related reasons. My mother rolled up to the courthouse, flanked by the lawyer and accountant. I imagine they just walk up like dun 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 dump dump dun dun dun. Her kids safe at home with her husband, and had more than enough evidence to get the homeowners association the fuck out of her neighborhood, expose the fraudsters for the fraudsters they were, and make sure that no HOA could ever push their luck in our neighborhood. It's now been almost 19 years, and no one's even tried making another homeowners association in our neighborhood.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, fuck homeowners associations. I think we've ridden this horse before. But
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
yeah.
homeowners associations are notorious for taking money and then doing nothing. The only thing they effectively do is bitch about, the aesthetic of your house. How dare you put a pool on the left side of your backyard? That doesn't fit with the neighborhood's aesthetic. Everyone else has their pool on the right side of the yard. We're gonna fine you and increase your rates unless you change your pool location. And it's
Kevin, didn't we recently read one about a homeowners association like all fucked up about like? No, it wasn't. Sorry, no, I thought it was about. No, I'm confusing this with a story I heard on a different podcast. Never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Good story though. Anyway, yeah, just in general, homeowners associations, they suck.
Fuck them.
Mm-hmm. Official bakagaijin stance.
Zeke, I have a question.
What?
Where the fuck is Craig?
That's a good question.
Because, like, the icon's been down here for all episode, and I've been like, wait a minute.
That's an excellent question.
Craig is dead.
Craig is not dead. You don't fucking spread heresy and
misinformation.
Libels in print. Never mind. I can't say that. I can't say that.
Slander spoken, in print it's libel.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, I overslept.
Damn, Craig!
Thanks, Craig.
You good, buddy?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you good. At least you made it.
Yep. Right for the tail end. The tail end of the experience. Anyway, I'm looking through these.
Don't worry, Craig. I'll remind you to be in here next time.
Yeah. That would be for the best.
Anyway, send me another fucking Reddit post, bitch.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
You're welcome, Craig.
Oh, this one. Okay. Another wedding one.
Oh boy, I love it when we have a theme.
Apparently, there's a lot of assholes at weddings.
Especially during the summer. Let's see here. Am I the asshole for not wanting strangers in the background of my wedding pics? I, 24F, recently had my wedding on the beach of a beautiful hotel in Cancun. Many of my friends and family could go, so I was very happy. The only problem was during our ceremony, there were people on the sea playing or doing jet ski activities. It really bothered me because they would appear in the background, so I told my wedding planner about it. She was very understanding and said she would fix it. What, is she gonna assassinate all the...
As she cocked a gun.
Is she gonna assassinate all the beachgoers?
Don't worry, man. I'll fix it.
Quick saves.
Quick saves. Just like Daddy Todd intended.
When she talked to the owners of the activities and the people in that area of the sea, we expected them to be kind and nice, but they just declined and continued. Yeah, no shit. I even took the time to go myself and asked them to stop, but they didn't care. I was about to go and tell someone from the hotel, but now my husband stopped me and said it would be an asshole thing to do. I told him standing up for myself wasn't an asshole thing to do, and went looking for hotel staff, but they said that there was nothing they could do. When I returned, my husband was moody, and I wonder if it really was an asshole thing to do. Am I the asshole? Yeah, hey, random beachgoers who happen to be at the beach right behind my hotel, could you not do beach things while I'm doing a photo shoot? Thanks.
Right. People who also spend a lot of money to go to Cancun. How dare you enjoy your fucking vacation in my eyesight? Shut the fuck up,
Fucking
OP. You're a
bitches.
bitch. Shut the fuck up, OP. Let them enjoy their fucking vacation.
Oh, God.
Shut the fuck up, OP.
Yeah, man. Ted Cruz has a lot going on right now. He needs his Cancun trip.
I love top comment. Quote. You're the asshole. An entire ocean and beach must be closed because you're getting married, lol. Did you offer to compensate those who would need to close their seasonal business after 2 very hard years? You apparently haven't heard of photo editing. And yes,
Also,
that laughing was typed out.
Also, it's like, I mean, like, I feel like having people in the background of photos, like, makes it look lively and, like, there's a happening place, you know? It's like...
Yeah, we're at the cool place. The cool happen in Cancun.
Yeah, we were in Cancun, a place a lot of people want to go. So, you know, it's like... I don't know, I feel like if you edited out all the people in a background of a beach photo, it just looked kind of depressing.
Yeah, because it's like, why is there nobody at the beach?
Yeah, if it's just you on a Cancun beach in a photo, I would think you were photoshopped into the photo of the beach. You know, so... Yeah,
see, that defeats the purpose because it doesn't seem like you're actually there at Cancun. It seems like you're being photoshopped into Cancun.
Yeah, so not only are you wrong and an asshole, you're also retarded. So that's fun.
Congratulations!
I hope Reddit dunks on you as hard as you deserve. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's her Princess Day, and everyone must do as she says. That's the rule.
It's my wedding day. Don't worry, honey. You'll be divorced. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, with your attitude.
OP, you're the asshole, and your husband was moody upon your return because he was second-guessing his marriage.
God damn.
Boy.
Yeah. No, fucking hell, OP. Jesus.
Clear cut. You are the asshole.
Those are the biggest assholes we've seen on this show.
Yep.
Fucking love that. Just like, my husband's so moody. Yeah.
Brothers. Ought to leave this world behind.
Why is my husband so moody when I demanded to the hotel staff that they remove everyone else from the beach? Couldn't tell you.
I was expecting everyone to just be fine and say, okay.
Am I the asshole for... Oh my god, another fucking wedding one. Am I the asshole for charging... Am I the asshole for charging a bride more for makeup when the OG price we agreed on was lower? I am a makeup artist for the past 9 years. I charge $500 for bridal makeup, around $250 for bridesmaids, etc. makeup. For a regular makeup party, I can charge around $150. A few weeks ago, a lady had me booked for a party makeup on June 25th. She booked at 10 a.m. I went there thinking I do regular party makeup. I had agreed $150 with her. As I was there were some people coming over, I assume relatives. At some point, she slips from a woman about the wedding, and I realize the woman I'm doing the makeup for is doing the makeup on is the bride. I'm doing a bridal makeup charging a simple party makeup. I was completely pissed how she lied about the occasion, but I kept doing my job. After we were finished, she gave me $150, and I notified her that we are actually $350 short. She asked what I meant by that, and I said that I just did a bridal makeup. You are the bride. That's what I charge for brides. She said that we had agreed on a simple party makeup and that I am basically ripping her off because I worked the same amount of time and used the same products I'd used for a bridal makeup, so the title of the event shouldn't matter. I told her that she doesn't get to dictate how I form my prices. She then refused to pay me at all and called me a scammer and told me to get out. Before I left, her mom threw me $200 in my face and told me to get lost. I was telling what happened to my friends, and they all sided with the bride and said that unless I used more expensive products and did extra labor, then I'm not justified in charging her more, and since she requested party makeup, I should just charge her that. Am I the asshole?
She was scamming you. No, you're not.
I don't think you paid it. Kevin, I don't think you paid attention to the story.
Did I?
I don't think you were paying attention, Kevin. This is actually very awkward.
Oh, really?
I'm just gonna read top comment.
She
did not ask for bridal treatment, and you did not do a makeup test run. You used the same products you would for simple party makeup and attempted to upcharge her $350 for what?
That is true.
Just because she's the bride and you want to squeeze more money out of her. If you used different products or it took way longer, then sure, I could see the upcharge, but you didn't, and it didn't. So yes, you're the asshole.
I do find it funny that the mom just threw $200, just like completely fucking defeats the whole purpose.
Edit, lots of likes. To those saying OP did nothing wrong, OP stated the only difference in the makeup is getting spray. Unless that spray was made by the gods themselves, it's not worth a $350 upcharge.
That is a very good point. Like, that is a crazy upcharge just for spray.
Which she didn't do, by the way.
True.
Another comment. I'm trying to do the mental gymnastics in my head of how OP justifies $500 for bridal makeup. I had my makeup done recently for my wedding, and it was a standard $120 per person, and everyone, including me, had the same product and the same amount of time spent on them. OP is a standard con artist, and she sees weddings as a cash cows.
Yeah, that is true.
More likely than not, there is no difference. If you tell someone something's for a wedding, they automatically increase the price just to milk you. There was an Adam Ruins Everything episode on this exact phenomenon. I remember that.
Oh, do you?
I remember when Adam ruined it. Yes. I watched Adam Ruins Everything. He ruins everything, did you know that?
I knew that, yeah. It's called Adam Ruins Everything.
Anyway, so this is an exercise in Kevin not paying attention to the story.
Yeah, I kind of missed that part. My bad.
Yeah. No, you're the asshole, OP. You are a con artist.
Haha, you are the scammer, in fact.
I can't think of any justification. First of all, she didn't ask for it, but second of all, I can't see any justification for a $350 price difference for this.
You know what probably happened? What probably happened is that, like, the bride probably looked at the pricing for both bridal and party makeup, saw that party makeup and bridal makeup was essentially the same thing, and just went for the party makeup instead.
Yep.
Yeah, which they are right to do, because this $350 upcharge is bullshit.
To be fair, this is the one situation I get to call somebody a legitimate clown because they got party makeup.
Nice.
You should put the makeup on yourself, asshole.
Just put the lotion in the basket.
Anyway, send me another one.
Yes. Hold on.
Can't get over the one about the fucking one at Cancun. Goddamn.
Yep.
It's a Tifu. It's a Tifu.
It's a small Tifu. Itty bitty Tifu.
Today I fucked up by accidentally tumble drying my cat.
What?
Well, they included a picture of the cat, and the cat looks very content, so... Today okay, so I'll start by saying that I have an awesome pair of noise-canceling headphones I wear when doing chores around the house, and they work well.
This Tifu brought to you by Raycon earbuds.
I was making a joke about that. I was like, this episode is brought to you by Ray Shadow Legends or Raycon earbuds. Find out next episode.
This episode is brought to you by Ray Bonds. Looks stylish this summer.
Oh, I thought that was a bail bonds company.
No, Ray Bonds.
Stylish, not in prison.
Actually, Ray Bonds makes regular glasses too. I wear my glasses are Ray Bonds.
Anyway,
and now for meatheads, Ray Bongs.
Yeah, it's a weed joke.
Anyway, I'll start by saying that I have an awesome pair of noise-canceling headphones that I wear when doing chores around the house, and they work well. Like, really well. I'm jamming out, unloading the dishwater, and I remember I have some laundry to fold, more to wash. So I go to the dryer and had done a load of bedding that was dry but still in the dryer. I decided I'm going to fluff everything up and get out wrinkles before I fold everything. I close the dryer drawer and start the dryer. Now thankfully I have 2 cats and see the other one standing in the laundry room immediately looking very scared.
So this is how you discipline your cats? You put one in the dryer and make the other one watch?
OP is a monster.
Puffed out fur, but she won't run away like she usually would when startled. She just looks at the dryer and back at me, back to the dryer, back at me, still supremely puffed up. I think maybe the dryer is scaring her and she needs to use the litter box, which is right next to the dryer. Sometimes if there's change or something left in a pocket rattling in the dryer, she doesn't like it. So I turn off the dryer like, okay, you can use it now, but she doesn't go. She's still standing there, looking all puffy. This is when I take my headphones off and I hear something in the dryer. I open it and cat number 2 comes bolting out. He had decided at some point to take a nap on the bedding in the dryer, and I closed the poor baby in there and started the dryer. This all happened in the span of maybe 10 to 15 seconds before I turned it off, and thankfully was unharmed, and got lots of treats and extra snuggles, and I feel like a monster. My other cat is a hero. She got my attention and legit saved his fucking life. I am so grateful to her and so happy nothing worse happened. TLDR, check your dryer, or any appliance for that matter, for cats before you start them. No cats were seriously harmed. Edit. Cat tax for those asking Mr. Amos, the one who took a tumble. Baby Gurgle Gurgle, the hero.
You suck at naming cats, but Gurgle Gurgle is a cute cat. That's an appealing color scheme.
It is, it is. I will put the pictures of the cats here for the cat tax.
Yeah, dryers get hot. Don't put things in them.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fuck up, OP. I'm not sure if I would call okay. It's a small fuck up because nothing actually happened to the cat, but
I get a massive thrill out of watching my waifu pillows tumble around in the dryer. Because it's just really funny. I mean, you gotta clean your waifus, man. You can't just let body soil build up in them, or else they turn yellow, and it's weird.
Good point. Yeah.
But watching them tumble around in the dryer is one of my greatest pleasures. It's very funny.
Yes, yeah. But your body pillows aren't alive. The cat is.
They're alive to me!
You stepped in a landmine, boy.
I will admit this. I will take the blowback.
I am so glad. I almost forgot about this one. Am I the asshole for making a real-life Pokedex of girls at my university?
Oh, right! You mentioned this, like,
gotta catch them! Oh, yeah! Why not just do one for STDs instead?
You mentioned this like 2 days before I moved, and you saved it. Thank God.
So, freshman year of college, I began working on this project casually. I like to keep notes on women I talk to about their favorite things, activities they enjoy, gifts, candy they like, sappy shit like that. I suck at remembering things like that, so I decided to keep a spreadsheet. Eventually, after getting a handful of entries, I offhandedly mentioned it to my friend group. One had the idea that I share it with them so we could all keep new entries as they caught different entries.
Oh.
So, this expanded further. Right now there are about 40 guys who have access to it. It's mainly the guys in my frat, and the women featured are girls from different sororities. We also added some more information, such as like where you should take them if you really want to impress them. We don't keep this information for any nefarious or scumbaggy reasons, just to help us know what to do if we want to impress certain girls. Like the idea of this was just to keep information like favorite colors, so I didn't ever forget their favorite colors. It's helping a lot of guys out. Somehow, a girl who was on the list found out, and she was pissed the fuck off. She was eventually able to trace it back to me, so I assume someone who was simping for her snitched when the Pokedex wasn't making the girl like him. Well, it's not foolproof. So she's pissed off, and she made it out.
What sentence did I just hear? One of her Sims probably got frustrated when the Pokedex I made of her didn't work.
Look, the Pokedex is just a guide, man. It's not gonna it can't do everything for you. So she's pissed off, and she made it out to be a guide to hooking up with women when it's most definitely not that. It's just to make impressing them on dates easier. That's it. She just made a big deal of this, telling so many girls around campus, and now they're all saying that by the start of the fall semester, none of them will be visiting our fraternity or going to our parties. Now all the guys are mad at me, but I'm not even the one who told them about the list, and they were also all using the list. I also think it's unfair to say the list was all about sex when that wasn't it at all. Am I the asshole?
I could believe that what you're doing is pure. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say that what you're doing is pure.
Sure.
Okay, I will be that guy. I will play devil's advocate here.
Yeah, sure.
But with women, you should probably try to commit that shit to memory, and you should definitely not spread it out like a cheat sheet so that other guys can make friends. They should have to go through that work themselves.
Yeah, right. So, then what I'm going to say is that
you can also creep women out by having someone come up and know everything about them.
Yeah. So, OP, you might not have bad intentions with this, but can you say the same for the other 40 plus guys in your fraternity?
Mentioned that one of them was a simp. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Like,
it looks at myself.
Hey man, can I get access to the woman decks?
Right. The bitchadex. Let me get the bitchadex.
Yeah. Well, there's certainly assholes here. But is OP one?
It's debatable if OP is the asshole because, like, I don't know, like, I guess oh god, it's a delicate situation. Woof.
I think OP is like an asshole enabler. If that makes sense.
That's probably the best way to put it because, like,
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he's just very misguided.
Yeah, I think he's.
Yeah.
He just seems. I don't think he quite gets the social implications of what he's doing.
Yeah, that was kind of an autistic play, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this screams autism for sure. Yeah.
Like, I understand you did it to help yourself. Your mistake was doing it for other people.
Yeah, you can't control like you have spread this to an entire campus now, and like that is a recipe for bad situations at some point, you know, because not everyone is going to have non-nefarious intentions for things like this. You know, this is very easily abusable. So yeah. My official verdict. There are assholes somewhere. I guess. I don't know. Good on you for stumping me though.
Yeah, no, that was a challenging one.
You didn't even give a verdict. That's how challenging it was.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say. Asshole, not the asshole. Everyone sucks here. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's more so like a lot of people suck here, but just like OP just really, really missed a bad social cue here.
Yeah. Craig, what do you think, though?
Data collection is a noble pursuit. I don't understand.
Craig, you died.
No,
These human notions.
There we go.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Craig's allowed to take their time.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there's that perspective as well, you know, which is data collection.
I mean, fair enough, but oh boy,
yeah. Confusing times at Ridgemont High. Kevin, read this one.
Alrighty then. Am I the asshole for telling my friend his wife couldn't pull off a bathing suit?
Only if you snapped your fingers in a star.
I mean, there are women at Walmart who can't pull off a bathing suit either.
There are women at Walmart who can't pull off normal clothes.
I have been informed by my friend that my wife seems to have a lot of body confidence on a few occasions. She posts a lot of photos on Instagram in dresses, crop tops, and now that it's summer, swimsuits.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had a problem with it. I think most girls in their mid-20s do the same thing, but my friend has been making weird remarks to me about her posts since we got married. He essentially says her posts are too provocative for a married woman and that she's putting herself online like she's a single woman. He also makes the point that most married women do not post photos like she does, and his wife would never disrespect him by posting photos like this. I brought it up to my wife once, and she just laughed and said he was weird. I agreed and haven't said anything about it to her since. Recently, a group of us got together at the lake. My wife wore what I considered normal attire, a bikini, but my friend thought differently. He made a comment in front of us guys about her ass being out and asked her. You
complained? I mean, what? Kevin, what did I just post in my own server? Anyway.
Good point. I unfortunately cannot put it into the video because then the video would be flagged for sexual content. But anyway.
Kevin, I don't
Yeah,
care.
that's right.
Or are you saying like removed? Because I'm like, we're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, and asked me. This is why do people not know how to fucking type? Made a comment about her ass being out and asked me if she just liked to make everyone uncomfortable and have people stare at her.
Uncomfortable.
And of course, he brought it back around to his wife, saying how she dresses respectfully in front of other guys. His wife had a one-piece, I think, but wore a cover-up most of the time we were there. My wife wasn't wearing a thong bathing suit, bottom, so whatever. So I honestly don't know what his deal was. There were other girls there in two pieces besides her. I'd honestly had enough of his incessant continuous comments about my wife, and how he was continually comparing her to his more conservatively dressed wife. So I said, your wife just dresses like that because she can't pull off a swimsuit. Stop fixating on my wife, bro. It's getting old fast.
He went fucking nuclear!
Damn,
Tactical
bro.
nuke incoming!
It's over! Anyway,
I know his wife hadn't caused anything and probably didn't deserve that, but it did get him to shut up. Bro, that's collateral damage.
That's a lot of damage.
you do not fire on civilians.
We actually, this counts as a war crime. We actually haven't talked since then, to which I don't really care. We'll probably run into each other next time we have a friend throw an outing, though. I do feel like his wife didn't deserve that, even though she didn't know I said it, so I'm wondering if I'm an asshole. I don't really want to apologize to him before he apologizes for all of his comments, but if Reddit thinks it's the consensus, I might. His wife was not around when I said this, it was just a group of guys.
They're not making it any better.
Everyone sucks here. Like, bro, your friend sucks. You suck for, like, you brought his wife down with him. Like, come on, man.
I don't know. I think he deserved it.
The wife didn't.
She wasn't there.
I mean, I guess. To be fair, his friend really should have, like, stayed in his fucking lane. Like, goddamn. His
friend is just fucking jealous.
Yeah, for jealous is pretty. It really does feel like fucking jealousy here. It really does.
No, I think his friend fucking deserved it. Especially if the wife was there, then yeah, that might have been a bit rude. But like, it's just them.
Damn, bro, you're just mad because your wife can't rock a swimsuit like mine. Brr.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be true. Or she can, and she's just not confident.
Yeah. We'll never know. Either way, though, I mean, like, the guy needed to be taken down a peg.
Yeah, I'll say that much. Like, if you're just looking at the thing of, you know, OP's friend need to get taken down a peg, you know, mission fucking accomplished in a very spectacular way. I'm just not sure I agree with the collateral involved.
But she wasn't there. There's no collateral.
Yeah.
Not the asshole.
Yeah, sure.
Sheridan, thoughts?
I mean, things were said that shouldn't have been said, but at the same time, like, why were you complaining about the ass hanging out? That's my thing. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
true. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he's just failing to comprehend the premise.
I'm just trying to comprehend the first complaint of the whole situation. Like, seriously? No. I don't think overall not the asshole. I think you're like 10% asshole.
Yeah, versus your friends like 90%.
I just think it was a well-deserved clapback.
Fair.
Yeah, so there we go.
Don't get mad at me just because your wife can't rock it like her.
Yeah.
Kevin, don't write music.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to.
You don't... You ain't got no rhythm, son.
I wasn't trying to.
Okay.
Bruh.
You say so.
I'm say so if you say so.
Sure. I don't...
I'm not.
I don't...
I know that.
I don't know. I think it's time for the lightning round, Kevin.
I do believe it is time for the lightning round.
The lightning round! As soon as I can fucking load it on this shit laptop, we will start the lightning round. So it's kind of the medium speed round at the moment, but soon it'll hit, it'll slap. As soon as I find it.
It'll hit different.
Yeah, I mean it does, week after week. God damn it. Why is the scroll wheel not scrolling? That is its one function. Oh shit! No, I didn't mean to open all those tabs. No.
Brrr.
I just opened. I'm not gonna admit what subreddit just opened 3 times in a row. This is the lightning round where we read unpopular opinions from our unpopular opinion. Are these opinions unpopular? Do we agree or disagree? Let's find out. Unpopular opinion: it's okay to be happy if someone dies.
This is very strange coming right after Shinzo Abe's assassination. Sure.
You can't help how you feel.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think everybody feels a combination of emotions when people die.
Yeah. I just think, like, you can't help how you feel, and you might as well be honest about it. Yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. Unpopular opinion: the idea of not eating the food someone offers you is rude is stupid. I agree. It's the ninja way.
I mean, sometimes you just don't like the food.
Also, I don't like to be poisoned. That's my thing.
Also true.
Yep. Unpopular opinion: Elvis Presley was not a good-looking guy.
I mean, not later in his life, no.
Yeah, that might be what they're thinking. But like early on,
when he was young,
like,
yes, he was extremely handsome by classical standards.
And he had good taste in sandwiches.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Just not in women. He went a little in with those.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: whistling in public is extremely annoying.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way because I can't whistle.
Depends on why. If you're whistling to get my attention, I don't mind it. If you're whistling like, singing a tune, then yeah, cut that shit out. It's the same as when people play their fucking music through their phone in a library. It's like, bruh, do you know where you're at?
Yeah.
I think my biggest pet peeve when it comes to noise pollution is when people Snapchat conversation on their phone when they hold their phone sideways and are just screaming into the damn thing.
Yeah.
Like, those people need to be thrown off a bridge. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. I wasn't listening, but I agree.
Hey, he did the thing he does to me all the time. Congratulations, you're an official member of the show now.
I heard something about people getting thrown off bridges, and I'm just flashing back to how I gained rep between missions in Saints Row 2, and I'm like, that's a good thing, yes. That's the most efficient way to gain rep between missions in Saints Row 2, is just go to the bridge and throw people off of it. I'm serious, that's the best way to grind fucking rep. Unpopular opinion: babies are scary. I don't know what makes me scared of babies. Yeah, they're terrifying. They're just so small and soft and fragile and full of drools. I once as a child accidentally kicked a baby, my friend's younger sibling, about 1 or 2 years old. I've never been so scared in my life. I never came to visit my friend's house again after that and never held a baby again.
I don't know why, but when he said I accidentally kicked a baby, I'm just imagining him just drop kicking it and then going, oops! Touchdown! But yeah, babies are like extremely fragile, so like I can agree there. It's like very eerie.
It's scary in the sense that they're so fragile. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's like you hold a baby and you're like, what do I do with it? Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, there are two choices as a human being. You can either create things or you can destroy things. So your options are either nurture it and love it and create an adult with it, or that was kind of a weird way to say that. I mean,
try again.
Try to nurture it and let it grow and cultivate it, or you can, try to get on a sports center with it. Yeah. So by throwing it on the ground as aggressively as possible and screaming "Touchdown, New York!"
Kick the baby.
Yeah, I'm also scrolling through shower thoughts at the same time, as we sometimes do. Shower thought: without Sherlock Holmes, the search icon might be very different. They've got a point. Because the looking glass thing was all Sherlock
Holmes. Be a map. I would think it might be a map, a treasure map or something.
Yeah. That's fat because the what the fuck are they called?
Magnifying glass.
Yeah, the magnifying glass is so tightly bound to the concept of searching and search icons. That's a good shower thought, actually.
That is.
I can see why it got 16 awards.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: I like to sleep with my socks halfway off.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's one or the other.
I'll give you that.
You have commitment issues, sir.
Well, I'll give you one thing, OP. That's certainly unpopular.
Yeah. Pretty. Yeah. Shower thought: when they show characters drastically aging in movies to note the passage of time, nobody ever gets fat, just old. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you complaining?
Is that a bad thing for you, OP?
OP likes fat old people. Shower thought: a year and a half-year-old can eat a banana the size of its own arm, but an adult can't. I could totally eat an amount of bananas that equal my arm's length.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Don't fucking accuse me of not eating enough bananas, okay?
I'm gonna get that potassium.
I'm offended now. I'm offended.
Yeah, how dare you, OP? Insinuating things like that. How dare you? You don't know my life. You don't know me.
I know this guy had the shower thought because he saw a baby eat a banana. Like, he was just looking. He was like, I got a hot shower thought. No, you don't. You got a cold shower thought. You're the kind of shower thought where I go,
at best.
That's the kind of shower thought where I'm like, oh, it's cold. I'll take a shower later. Someone else is taking a shower at the same time and taking all the hot water.
I don't know where you're going with that.
That's the end of the thought, Kevin.
Okay.
There's no going. It's just
all right.
Sometimes someone else is taking a shower and you try to take a shower and it's cold and you're like, I'll take a shower later.
Yeah, true. Fair.
That was a universal experience. It was fine. Anyway, unpopular opinion: I enjoy talking to strippers way more than watching them take their clothes off. You would love Japan's conversation clubs.
I mean,
basically
I enjoy
just that.
I enjoy talking to a VTuber more than I would probably enjoy having her. So,
yeah. First of all, the clipping is.
Of course, I just made a comparison to between her and a stripper, so I apologize from the deepest part of my soul.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Kind of out of character.
That was definitely not my intent. Please forgive me.
Yeah, that was a moment.
She's gonna see one of these podcasts where I talk about her like this, and then she's just gonna show up at my house with a gun and put two in me.
Yeah,
A sad fact about
You little shit! Are you challenging me? Then she's gonna slice my leg off and deep fry it using my own cooking equipment.
I'm learning new things about this woman
Okay,
every day.
but minimum, she has to contact me and Cubate the Third so that we can film it.
content.
Content.
Look, that is going to be the most KFC
You'll slice
recipes
it
video.
and put it up on stream, and she'll put it up on stream and be like, "I just wanted to let you know this is what happens when you defy me." It's just a snuff film of me being murdered and then my body parts being hacked apart by a bloody European woman.
This not cult sounds more cult-like by the moment.
It's in our contract. We are not a cult.
The sad reality of Kevin, you can attest that the sad reality of the Bakagaijin show is that being on the Bakagaijin show is going to cause everyone not on the Bakagaijin show to eventually hate and leave you. It's us against the world at this point.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
More shower thoughts. Shower thought. Water is only tasty if it's tasteless.
Yes.
You know, that makes sense to me somehow. I can't explain why, but it makes sense.
Yeah, like the less water tastes, the better it is, weirdly.
Yeah.
Yep. Get it frosty cold so that you can't taste shit, and then its water's delicious.
Right, yeah, that's the same way I enjoy Kirkland brand green tea, is that if it's cold enough, you don't taste it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shower thought, it'd be really hard for a giraffe to do cartwheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
It would be really hard for a giraffe to do cartwheels.
That is the most shower thought we've had.
That's not a shower thought. That's like a Facebook, like, high on weed meme.
That's like a meditating under a waterfall thought.
Yeah,
Right.
no. This is like hits the blunt one time kind of thought. Like, come on.
This is like,
Edible ain't
like
shit
you hit
thought.
the best blunt of your life, kind of. Like, what the fuck?
Ooh. Hot take. Unpopular opinion, Nintendo needs to let go of Shigeru Miyamoto.
Okay, I agree actually. Because the main problem I have... I shall explain. The main reason is because Shigeru Miyamoto, admittedly, was a very influential and very, very ingenious designer back in, the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s. Back when video games were, newer and there was a lot more development to be made in them. There was a lot more to be codified in terms of game design. But the problem with Miyamoto going forward past that point is that the further game design goes and the more global it becomes, the more that game design evolves, the more and more it becomes very clear that Miyamoto is kind of stuck in the past in terms of what he considers to be good game design. Like, for a really good example, apparently it was an uphill battle to get another, sandbox Mario game made after Mario 64. Because, Miyamoto was trying to push it more towards, being, more pick up and play, more like the 2D games, which resulted in, the fucking cavalcade of new Super Mario Brothers games that are the exact same game over and over. But,
say the same thing about every single Nintendo game is it's the same game over and over. But
it depends on it depends on the series.
Or it's too gimmicky in its innovation.
That's another thing. Like, Miyamoto's ideas of, creating, new gameplay ideas is just shoving gimmicks in and trying to... This also goes for, the way that Nintendo used to design, their game consoles. Like, the entire reason the Wii U existed in the way that it did is because Miyamoto, friggin' hit the weed too hard and was like, hey, what if we did this? And it just went horribly wrong. But people really like the idea of taking your games off of the TV, so that ended up becoming the Switch later on. So, baby steps, I guess. But, like, I agree with this, and I particularly agree with this in popular opinion, because Miyamoto is stuck in the past, and his ideas of trying to push design forward don't work.
Well, see, I would disagree, because the argument wasn't should he be in charge of lead design. The question is, should he be let go from the company? And I disagree. I don't think they should let him go. I think they should put him in a quality control role, because I believe his personal philosophy still is very important for the modern games industry. With so many games focusing on microtransactions and on multiplayer as opposed to just creating games that are fun, I think his personal philosophy should still be something that should be considered, and is something that sets Nintendo apart.
That is fair enough, yeah.
At the end of the day, his philosophy has made sure that even though he might be reproducing the same games over and over again, they're always they're for the most part, consistently fun and stable. So I would take him off of lead design, and I would put him in a quality control role, and just have him make sure that games are progressing in a way that are fun and enjoyable, as opposed to Nintendo becoming, the next EA or the next Activision, where they just end up producing block with a Nintendo skin that is built to sell microtransactions.
Yeah. So I think the reason this post was made, though, is because Miyamoto has actually been a producer on a lot of things for a long time now, but his influence still somehow creeps in creatively. I think the point is that as long as he's still there in any capacity, like he kind of his influence, and his design ethos kind of influences itself over the work, whether he's actually in a creative position or not. I think that's more what they're saying.
Yeah, it says a lot that the games that have ignored Miyamoto's desires for game development, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon, and other games.
I think off the podcast we made this comparison between Miyamoto and Eiji Aonuma once, where Aonuma is very much able to embrace new ideas and see what the rest of the industry is doing.
Yeah, we did mention that before, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know who really needs to be in charge of, like, the mainline Nintendo products is that Koizumi guy. He seems to know what he's doing.
I fucking love Yoshiaki Koizumi. He's really smart.
Have his head on straight and be doing good things for the company. I would still disagree. I would still disagree to an extent. I would still say that he needs to be put in some kind of quality control role.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree with you, but like I just feel like
I don't think
doesn't always work.
The company. I still think that he embodies the soul of what makes Nintendo a good company, as far as like their game development goes. Just maybe he needs to be forced into accepting new ideas occasionally. But yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, some of his games. I understand taking him out of a design. He's obviously past his prime as far as design goes, and he's trying to cling to things that he recognizes and is comfortable with, as opposed to embracing new ideas. I would like to see Breath of the Wild 2 take beats from a game like Elden Ring, but I'm not sure if that's going to be totally possible with somebody with him constantly inserting his ideas. Sure. So, it's just so. I guess unpopular opinion, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Unpopular opinion. I think there should be less podcasts out there.
Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
Well, show's over, boys.
Yep, pack it up, go home.
Well, user Prize Garage 6362 says we're out of fashion. We're has-beens.
I mean, my opinion is there needs to be fewer VTubers out there. There's 15,000 of them at this point, and most of them are not great.
Wow, something we agree on.
Yeah.
Not for the same reasons.
I follow one of the highest quality ones in the industry. No cap, fight me on this. Come to my house, I'll shoot you in the fucking chest. But a lot of them are not producing quality content. They're just latching onto a craze that exists right now, and they're not producing the kinds of content that got this industry started and are probably not going to stand the test of time.
So, basically the same exact thing that happened to regular streaming.
Yeah, basically the same thing that happens to every industry that takes off like this.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people who pioneered it and worked really hard and did a good job, and then they will survive the test of time. and then there are the people who are bandwagoning onto it because they see dollar signs and exposure. But I'm of the opinion that there needs to be far fewer VTubers out there. But podcasts, go fuck yourself. We do what we want.
Yeah, we're just talking. We like talking.
Right. You can always turn the stream off. Please don't. We need numbers. Please don't turn.
Yeah. We talk. You can listen or don't. It's your life.
You can turn this.
We're just here.
Just background noise.
We're just here hanging out with the boys. It's just us. Come on.
Yeah. Please form parasocial relationships with us. We would love that. Nothing would make me happier than someone deluding themselves into thinking I care about them.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, next one.
No, I appreciate anyone who listens to us, honestly. And anyone who emails us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com to submit their questions, concerns, topic suggestions, etc., or joins our official Discord server, or follows us on Twitter, all those things. I'm going to have to do that again at the end, damn it.
Yeah, anyway. That's your sign-off, dude. Come on.
Oh, I spoiled it. Unpopular opinion, I think a 3 to 4 year academic course should be a prerequisite to getting kids and or getting married.
100% agree. Not an unpopular opinion at all. There used to be
I think it's unpopular.
Well, unpopular, sure. Is it a bad idea? No.
No, I agree with you. I think there definitely needs to be like a course for having children.
Well, there used to be parenting classes, and I don't know how frequent they are anymore.
I think there's parenting seminars now, but I don't know if there's classes.
Yeah, because my parents used to take parenting classes, and it would teach you everything for how to properly discipline children in an effective way to, what kind of things you need to look out for as far as sickness. It would teach you first aid in case your kid got injured or, was choking on something. And a lot of these things, and they would also give you pamphlets on, like, here's where the best babysitting groups are.
Yeah.
Things like that. And all of that information, just having a program that can give parents access to resources to help them in the process of a child rearing would go a long way. I don't know how frequent those are anymore. If somebody knows, please tell me in the comments. But absolutely, there needs to be at least some kind of parenting course that is very widely accessible and easy to access. I mean, we have the internet now. Go to lynda.com and learn how to be a parent, like, for God's sake.
Yeah, I have often held the opinion that I think you should need to be licensed to raise children.
Yeah, well, so many. I think you should have to be licensed to bear children.
Yeah.
And that's because like if you look at the adoption industry, they will not let like some single father who works a minimum wage job like have a adopt a child.
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining like a woman going into the ER and then the doctor looking at her belly and saying, "Hey, you got a license for that?"
Right.
Yes, we want that to happen. That's exactly.
No. What I'm talking about is, if you look at the adoption industry, they will not let you have a child unless they will not let you adopt unless you're in a stable household with stable income. You're off of drugs and all that other stuff. But like as far as bearing children, there's zero restrictions on that shit.
Even like outside of like economic reasons, I just think psychologically.
Yeah,
I just think it's asinine to suggest that everyone is just inherently capable of raising children.
Well, and the adoption industry recognizes that no, you're not, and like putting a child into an unstable home with unstable income is not a good place for a child to be raised.
Yeah, and I don't understand why we have different standards for adoption versus natural births.
Well, because adoption is usually being put up for adoption is usually the result of either economic or emotional issues from the parent. And they're trying not to repeat the same mistakes from the past.
No. You got it backwards. Like I'm saying, why don't we apply those same standards to like natural birth children?
I agree. But this is why child services exist. If you're a shit fucking parent and you're abusing your child or whatever, you can have your children taken away from you. My older sister has this situation with her right now, where she is going through some hell because of her choices as a parent. So.
Kevin, don't you usually have a counter argument whenever child services are brought up?
Hey, I've already made my arguments before. I'm just waiting for the next unpopular opinion or shower thought.
All right, unpopular opinion. I don't like mini games.
Don't play me in Mario Party then. Fuck you.
I don't play the greatest game ever made, Fallout New Vegas. Go fuck yourself.
Are you telling me you actually know how to play Caravan?
I don't know how to play Caravan, but man, I'm a beast at those slot machines with level 10 luck.
Yeah, man, that's how it is.
But yeah, no, mini games are a nice. No, I disagree because mini games are a way to break up the pacing of the regular game. It's like, and mini games don't just qualify to here play this board game. They could be things like crafting mini games or things like that. Like those help break up the monotony of the normal gameplay loop, and they can break up the pacing if you want to take a break from hardcore combat or from having to risk your neck. And I think they're a good thing when applied correctly. I think some games take it way too far and give you way too many mini games. Looking at you, Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, with your terrible fucking battleship thing, the worst mini game in history because it's completely fucking luck.
Yeah, but like mini games and like when done well and when implemented well, mini games can be kind of their own entire subsection of the game in and of itself, and they can be just as fun, sometimes if not more fun than the main game. Probably the best example.
Oh yeah, Yakuza is my favorite mahjong simulator.
Don't fuck with us, fans of Yakuza. We might know the rules of mahjong.
Might is a strong word.
But yeah, no. Probably the best example of this is Final Fantasy VII with the Golden Saucer. It is a meme that the Golden Saucer and its minigames are so goddamn fun and addictive that they become kind of their own game in and of themselves outside of the main game. To the point where people oftentimes spend more time at the Golden Saucer than they do playing the main story. So, like, I fundamentally disagree with this opinion. It is unpopular for a good reason.
Yeah, unless your game is like... Unless you're going like full tie 3 and you're using them as like as the bulk of content, or like my big problem with Saints Row 3, where like all the side activities are just, or like all the side missions are literally just side activities, shit like that. There's definitely ways to like abuse mini games in lieu of actual content, but like in general, no, I don't. No, just like mini games, no.
Yeah, no, mini games add to an experience. It gives you more game per game.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, relationships without a honeymoon phase are far more likely to succeed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but whether or not you go on a honeymoon or not, I feel like the honeymoon phase is something you're not really in control of.
Yeah, that's just kind of a thing that happens.
Yeah. It's like how when people hook up, they become insufferable for like 2 months straight to all their friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Unpopular opinion, Splenda is one of the worst additive sugars.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's got that aftertaste.
Splenda tastes like a goddamn chemical experiment. I hate it.
Shower thought, Stephen Hawking is probably the easiest person to deepfake. Actually not, because that's like under his, like, he's got that specific module patented, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. I guess you could still do it, but like...
it would be illegal!
Wow, an illegal deepfake? Really?
Damn!
That was a joke.
I know.
Deepfakes are... unpopular opinion... No, sorry, shower thought. Having bad vision is actually useful when you're afraid of small insects.
Huh. Be right back, gonna stab my eyes out.
Yeah, I guess like
spoons are in the kitchen.
No, I'd rather have good because I can see where they are and I can counterattack more effectively.
I'm going to counterattack the small insects.
Yeah, have you never heard about fly swatter?
Yes, I have.
Or a shoe?
Look, I'm just saying it's funny that you're using the word counterattack in that regard.
Retaliate? What do you want me to say?
Retaliate's a little better.
In what way?
I don't know. Counterattack implies that there is an equal, like, transition. Like,
Kevin,
an equal transaction of
mosquitoes
force.
are the #1 killer of the human race, Kevin. 50% of all people who have ever died have died from a mosquito.
Okay.
We're at war with the tiny insects.
Okay, all right.
There are only predators. Technically. You're stupid.
All right.
You're stupid.
You can believe that if you want.
You deserve malaria. I'm just putting it.
No, I don't.
Sakes.
Holy shit. All right, I'm gonna have to put a stop there. Woo! No.
Fucking getting on my fucking. He doesn't understand the insect threat.
Well, then enlighten me. Don't say I deserve malaria.
I just
What the fuck?
How much more enlightening do you need?
I'm listening.
How the fuck is half of all humans that have ever lived dying to one thing not enough proof for you?
I said okay.
And you're still not convinced. You're still not convinced.
What? Next one.
Unpopular opinion. Kevin deserves malaria. Weird how they would write that.
Not unpopular.
I'm gonna have to disagree
not
there.
a very popular opinion.
I'm gonna have to disagree there.
Can we get hashtag Kevin deserves malaria trending?
Please don't.
Why? You afraid of malaria? You afraid of the mosquitoes? Finally?
Yes, I am.
I want you to admit it. Admit you're afraid of the mosquito.
I am
Admit the mosquito
afraid
is
of
your
the
natural
malaria.
predator. Admit that the mosquito is your natural predator.
I'm going to admit nothing.
Your stubbornness is grounding the show we love to a halt.
Man, you're
tearing
starting
us
to seem
apart.
like somebody I was interacting with recently who was just living in the most utmost denial.
Damn,
like
you knew
them.
someone who lived in Egypt?
You know, he made the same joke, and I wanted to kill him too for it. So
Hey, that Kevin is cool guy. Doesn't afraid of mosquitoes, makes bad jokes.
it makes bad
I'll
jokes.
be here all week. I'll be here all week.
Unpopular opinion: flipping houses should be illegal.
You're
Yes.
retarded.
Fight! 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 Fight!
No, but like, I don't know. Like, some people flip houses just because they, don't want to take the time to actually work on the house and keep it up and like upkeep it. So you just pawn it off on somebody else to make it their problem. That's really the biggest issue with like house flipping.
I feel like there has to be a middle ground between house flipping should be illegal and a company can just buy 1 million houses and they sit empty while rates raise.
Yeah.
There's some kind of middle ground we should reach there.
Well, I guess the kinds of people there's plenty of house flippers who what they do is they buy a house for the on cheap and then restore a lot of it and then improve it and then sell it for a profit. I don't think that should be illegal because that's a legitimate business where you're actually increasing the property value of not only that property but also of the neighboring properties.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they're talking more about like BlackRock and shit.
Oh, yeah. And the Chinese companies who are buying up swaths of land and swaths of houses in like California and watching the rates raise in the worst, economic cesspool in the entire country. Yeah, those people need to go back to do that there.
Unpopular opinion, using laundromats is better than having a washer and dryer at home.
OP likes to waste money.
I'm gonna agree, if only because I have watched my parents struggle so much with the fucking washer and dryer and just the maintenance. It's the fucking maintenance, and if your house is set up weird and like shit just happens and it floods.
Right.
I guess I understand it if you're having those issues. The average consumer, there's a reason they are one of the popular house appliances on Earth. It just makes sense. Why would you want to travel and then spend extra money every time when it's way more economical to just purchase your own units over a span of like 5 years? It will save you so much money just to have your own system. Like I mean, if you're doing a lot of like, I don't know, if you're washing tons of clothes, like you got 6 kids or whatever,
yeah,
husband and a grandma that lives with you, and you have like, dump trucks worth of laundry you have to do every week, then yeah, that makes more sense because obviously an industrial washing machine is going to be more efficient for you than having to do 20 loads a day to get that stuff done. So I guess in that circumstance, sure, it makes perfect sense. But like for a normal like 3 to 5 person home, like no, it's way more economical. It makes way more sense to use a home washer or dryer, and they're so pitifully easy to use these days.
that I don't understand the difference. I find it more I find the systems they use at I find the systems they use at most laundromats to be less efficient, honestly.
Yeah, I think I have some bias here just because, one, I've watched my parents waste thousands on washer and dryer repairs and replacements and just general maintenance for these things.
Well, if you buy one of those really expensive ones with like the touch screen that are made of like space age materials.
No, there's no touch screen. There's no Wi-Fi. This is standard fucking washer dryer. And also I have a laundromat literally right down the street, so it's not really that inconvenient. I think this is just highly dependent on your situation, honestly. But like, just from my personal experience, washers and dryers have a tendency to just fucking malfunction all the time. And flood your fucking entryway. So that's my take.
I mean, I get it. I haven't had this. We have always purchased really cheap secondhand washing machines from one place or another. We've never had a brand new washing machine as long as we've lived, and ours occasionally break down. But I've never had a situation where it's flooded something. Literally ever, I've never had an issue where it's flooded something or where it's been an absolute disaster. Like, I don't think the idea that occasionally a unit breaks down, which is just the natural form of anything that's man-made, is that any man-made object is going to break down eventually. Yeah. That's the nature of parts.
So my experience of washers and dryers is kind of like most people's experience with printers. So I think you can maybe understand why it's a
I mean, sure, and maybe that's where OP is coming from, but I disagree. I think having a home washer and dryer unit is far more convenient.
Oh yeah, if it works,
it makes way more sense. And I think if you've had negative experiences with them, I would look into the brands you're buying and try to buy a new one. Like, whenever our washing machine breaks, we just go buy another second-hand one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Also, I'm professionally simping in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing it this entire time.
I just assume that about you at all times.
I mean, that is basically my constant state of being at this point, is professionally simping.
Yeah. Yeah. Unpopular opinion, fun-sized candy bars are better than full-size. Better for you, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it's literally just the same thing, but smaller.
I mean, they're fun.
They're fun.
I guess if you have like a lot of different kinds, then you can have like, 3 different kinds of candy bar for the caloric cost of one.
Yeah, shit. You can get like a variety pack or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I do every Halloween. I just buy a bag of shit for myself.
God, that feels good. Sorry.
That's okay. Unpopular opinion: Japanese cheesecake is overhyped and kind of bland. What the hell is it?
Zero opinion on that. I have zero opinion. Had Japanese cheesecake, but from what I've heard from the few streamers I watch who have been to Japan, it's actually quite good. I don't know how it compares to like normal cheesecake though.
I don't. Yeah. Top comment: I'm Japanese and I've never even heard of Japanese cheesecake.
Well, there you go.
That's where I stand.
It's an elusive beast. It's hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
It likes to hide during the nights, and it hunts in the shadows. That was a pleasant sound for our viewers. Thank you.
You're welcome. Unpopular opinion: the idea that you're not in traffic, you are the traffic, is infuriatingly wrong. Someone's got car brain. If you're in a car, you are the traffic. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, I think we're about done. I'm not seeing any spicy ones.
Yeah, I think that'll do.
Also, my butt hurts. Thank you for listening to the Baka Gaijin Show. If you want to be part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter @ZeekFreak, @CCharmanderK, @Seradin Cedranor. I got it right. I got it right.
You got it right this time. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just so you know, Zeke, you need to now you need to make a new end slate because the current one is now outdated.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Yep. That's correct. I will endeavor to do that.
Oh, okay.
I'll make it. Okay, you're gonna have to re-render it though, because the one we have is like a video clip. So
yeah.
Maybe we can choose a new end theme.
Oh, maybe.
Think about that.
Money on my motherfucking mind. Cut 5 haircuts at the same time.
Probably gonna have to think about that later today, actually, so you can edit it on time. Also, you can join our official Baka Gaijin Discord server in the link down below.
Foreground bust of Albert Einstein getting money. Anyway, what?
And that'll do it. That'll do it for us. Thank you for listening to the Bakagaijin Show. Zeke freak out. Ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different